Well, if there is a nation with a more insatiable appetite for mixed martial arts than Australia, I have not been there. Festive doesn't even begin to describe this fight week here in Sydney as we get you ready for UFC 312 Du Plessis versus Strickland 2. Live from Kudos Bank Arena, Saturday night in primetime for you in the States, and of course Sunday morning for us here in Sydney. New South Wales, Australia, in a matter of moments. 24, 26 or so athletes will grace that very stage and scale and weigh in advance of the fisticuffs here on Sunday. All right, with that backdrop, an absolute privilege to welcome you in to the official UFC 312 weigh-in show. John Anik filling in today alongside the UFC Hall of Famer, one of the greatest of all times.
So, Doug,
my partner.
This
is nice. I know. Yeah. Oh, he's got Rogan between us. Daniel Cormier's here. The consensus greatest featherweight of all time, Alexander Volkanovski, dripping with class as usual. And one of the funniest men. Oh. Go ahead.
I was going to say, like, so he gets one of the greatest of all time Hall of Famer. He gets that dripping with class as usual. I'm like, what are you going to say about
I
him?
hadn't even gotten there.
Yeah.
You know how much respect I have for you.
I'm like,
I was one of the only Americans rooting for you against Dan Henderson back in the day. Also one of the greatest middleweight champions of all time, the inimitable comedic value high, Michael Bisping. Very exciting, Volk. It's good to have you back. We're not going to make you break dance today, but I know you're excited to be here. UFC 312 beckons, my man.
It is good to be here. Yeah, last time I did the break dance, and I ended up like pulling my hip or something like that. So I got a bit nervous. I was like, oh, I don't know what I've done here, but it was all right.
Last time I did this was 304 in Manchester. I pulled my groin.
Everybody gets
still
hurt.
Hasn't healed.
We've heard a few people here.
Yeah, busted rib. Was that? Was it? I don't know. Was that here?
DC,
well, that was me hugging him. I gave him the bear hug. I shouldn't have.
Yeah.
I got a little excited, right? John and I, we do a lot together. So sometimes I get excited, I hug him and don't realize
Sounds like
that.
something exciting happened. Yeah, all right, fair enough.
I don't know, we got a job or something together.
So it's very nice for me to sit in this sort of casual setting and chop it up with three of the greatest of all time. Dricus Du Plessis is trying to go down as the greatest middleweight of all time. And I think a lot of people scoffed when he sat down with us in advance of his UFC debut in 2020 and he was talking in all these rarefied terms about his championship aspirations. But DC, this dude is well on his way.
You know, time and time again, since Dricus Du Plessis got here, I have looked for reasons to doubt him. I've done it. He can't do this. Oh, he got a takedown, but it was a horrible takedown. The setup wasn't great. It was like, I'm constantly just like talking trash about this dude. But I'm done.
Yep.
I'm done now.
Yes.
No more denying who he is. No more denying how great this man is, especially after what I saw him do to Izzy, right? He was, and for a lot of reasons that I'll get into a little bit later in the show. But what he did to Izzy, breaking him down like he did and then submitted him, I'm all on Dricus Du Plessis.
Well,
go ahead.
Well, as you're saying, like, you're always looking for it. You don't have to look too hard.
No, it's
like,
right. It's in your face.
Because, yeah, it's very awkward. It's very, it's not the exact style that you used to seeing, but it's very effective. And we've come to realize that, and I'm hearing you. I think the same time every time, but now I get it.
This whole narrative that he's not that good. That, oh, look at him. He doesn't look classically trained. This has to stop. The man is incredibly effective. Other than Sean Strickland, he's finished almost everybody. He goes out there, he's huge for the weight class. The cardio is great. He's a physical specimen.
Yeah.
He's mean, he's strong, he's aggressive, he's powerful, he's strong-willed. You put all that together, you potentially have one of the greatest middleweights of all time.
What did you think of the first fight? It was about 13 months ago or so, UFC 297, contentious split decision. Do you recall how you scored it or what you felt?
I do. It was a close fight, but I gave it to Dricus Du Plessis. I thought Sean won the first. 2, 3, 4. I had pretty obviously for Dricus Du Plessis. And then round 5, Sean comes out, shows a lot of championship mentality, and that's the reason he's got the rematch, because I thought he just pipped the 5th round. The reality was, it's a very, very close fight. It wasn't a robbery on either side. I can see an argument for both men. I understand why Sean feels that like he won. I understand why other people feels like he won. But me personally, I thought it was Dricus.
Yeah, well, like, same. I know it was very close, but at the end of it, I thought Dricus did enough.
You guys all have experience in rematches. Volk, for you, what is the challenge when you're facing a guy for a second or third time?
I mean, game planning for someone, you want to obviously game plan for their style, but you know that there's a good chance they might mix it up. They might change it up.
Yeah.
But for Dricus, is Sean going to change it up? Will he? Because I don't know if he will. I feel like he's not the type of guy that would change anything. It's effective for him, it always works. He's just going to stick to it. So I feel like Dricus might change some things. I don't know about Sean.
And it all depends what happened in the first fight, because if in the first fight there was a finish, it's like, hold on a minute, I've got to be really careful. This guy was able to finish me last time, which typically you don't believe other people can do. This one was really close. They both know they can take each other's best shots. They both know they can go the distance. Sean knows if he gets taken down, he can get back up. Dricus knows that he can take him down. We could go on all day, DC. Please continue.
You know, I think in rematches, generally it favors the person that lost, because that person's so motivated to get back to where he was before, or she was, to try to make it right. I don't know that the improvements will be as vast because it was so close, because it was so competitive. It's not like Sean Strickland went home and said, I've got to change everything to beat this person, because he feels like he did. I remember losing to John Jones. I trained harder than I've ever trained for the rematch, because I was like, wholesale changes is the only way I'm going to have a chance to beat him this second time. I don't know that either of these guys feel that, because the fight was so close. They both feel even. So I think we'll get guys that are very similar to who they were before, just a little better. These adjustments and the improvements, they won't be as visible to us as we watch them in the octagon Saturday.
What about Teddy Atlas's opinion that when you become the champion, you improve by 30% overnight? Because, hold on, we did see him go out there and finish Israel Adesanya in a method which everyone's tried to do, but Dricus got it done.
So the Teddy Atlas thing, I think Teddy's a genius. Talks a lot, but he is a genius.
But he speaks with
he
value.
said that about Leon Edwards, and then Leon Edwards literally was better. Like, it was very evident that he was better because he beat Kamaru Usman much more convincingly than he did the first time. I don't know how much better, because he was fighting someone different. It was easy to gauge that because Kamaru and Leon had just fought.
Right.
We don't know that Izzy was as, well, I mean, obviously Izzy lost his last fight. So we don't know that Izzy was as good as Sean
I know.
Strickland.
Maybe he was a slightly diminished version.
Yes.
Who knows? You go up, you have a peak, and then you start to come down.
Yeah.
Certainly seems like Dricus du Plessis is in the best shape of his life cardiovascularly, but we shall see. Got all the way down into his boxer shorts at the open workout.
He loves to get naked.
I'm telling you, I would too.
And he told me that he did kiss that dude in the octagon. His coach kissed him on the mouth.
That's what
that was a meme.
There's footage of it.
There,
right?
but dude, I didn't even see it. I was like, I wasn't paying attention. Everybody made it seem like I was uncomfortable. I was like, I didn't know what was happening. He goes, yeah, he did kiss me. I said, he kissed you on the mouth, man, in the octagon.
We got a private screening Brokeback Mountain for you later tonight if you're interested. We got to transition, though, to the co-main event, because this is crazy. This really is crazy. It's amazing that this moment is finally materializing for Tatiana Suarez. Her story, of course, is well documented. But I think most amazing for me is that Zhang Weili, consensus greatest strawweight of all time, can be had at plus money as the betting underdog right now, a couple days out.
It's so crazy that we are doing this again. It was only last month that Merab Dvalishvili was the underdog to Umar Nurmagomedov.
Yeah.
Right? And most people in the know were like, I don't know that this feels right. We're doing it again with Tatiana Suarez. I mean, she hasn't fought since 2023, and Zhang Weili has only become more dominant as her title reign has gone on.
But Tatiana Suarez, stylistically, is a great matchup.
It's a flip, right?
She's big. She's fought at 125. She's got the style potentially to take her down, to control her, to cause an upset, to beat her on the ground, you know. No one else has had the kind of skill set or the credentials in the wrestling world that Tatiana Suarez has. And, of course, she's undefeated and she's very, very confident, Paul.
Yeah, she is. I mean, this is a different challenge. Weili has had a wrestler, but not at this caliber.
Yeah.
It's going to be that effective. And even if Weili was to hurt her, like her instincts, even her autopilot, you can just imagine Tatiana's autopilot. She's going to grab a hold, and it's going to be a problem even when she is hurt.
And
this is something that she's going to have to be really.
And the way that she wrestles, right? Again, it was flipped, though. Merab was the wrestler as the underdog. Tatiana's the favorite as the wrestler, so we'll see.
So I once wrote an essay on Daniel Cormier, and I called it the ultimate competitor. And I know we got to move along here, but that's what I see when I sit down with Tatiana Suarez. She just, and you were there yesterday, Michael, she's so even-keeled. She seems in totality unfazed by the magnitude of what is in front of her, and I think that that could pay dividends here on Sunday morning. But we want to get you guys the weigh-in rules for this particular part of the world and this commission, because we are just moments away from the first fighters getting set to hit the scale at the official 312 weigh-in. So within the first hour, hour, fighters must at the very least communicate what their weight is to the commission. It looks as though the main event and the co-main event athletes will have extended time potentially, but the entire window will close at 5 p.m. local time. I know it's in the middle of the night, or 11 p.m. Eastern, as we're going live here. So, we also have some news about a bout cancellation. Hyunsong Park and Niamjar Gal Tumen Dembarel, that fight has been canceled. It looked as though Tumen Dembarel was going to come in overweight. So that fight is off, which means that our first fight tonight will be the lightweights, Quillan Salkild and Anshul Jubilee. So all my time practicing Niamjar Gal Tumen Dembarel goes on the cutting room floor, but we are just about ready for the festivities, and it looks as though the UFC middleweight champion Dricus du Plessis will be first to the scale, champ.
You know, many people talk about the size of Dricus du Plessis and how big he is, but this guy's a professional, man. Every time he is scheduled to fight, he's one of the first guys on the scale. He looks phenomenal. By doing this, though, he allows himself to get on the scale, get back, get recovered, and then, dude, with this extended time, right? They're not fighting 30 hours from now. They're fighting.
Oh, yes.
185 on the nose for our main event.
For the champion, Dricus du Plessis.
UFC middleweight champion.
They're fighting on
Dricus
Sunday. It's going to be a long time to recover for Dricus du Plessis. This guy's going to be massive when he steps to the octagon.
It's crazy, though, because I spoke to him on Tuesday.
Event,
he was 215
our UFC strawweight champion.
Hey, you know what that tells me, though? Is that he can get back that big after he makes weight.
Zhang, yeah, so like Wei Li, she's been training at Bang Tao.
Yeah.
Really, yeah. So we've, my wrestling coach as well, been doing a bit over there. Hinger as well. Let's see what she's weighing in at.
$115 for the champ, Zhang Wei Li.
And her wrestling and grappling, mate, has improved so much. Like I'm talking from 2 years ago, just every month. Yeah. So much.
Next
so
to the
it's going to be key
the
for
other
this
half
match.
of our co-main event, Tatiana Suarez.
Let me tell you something, man. If Rose Namajunas was able to take Wei Li down and control on the ground, that should give Tatiana Suarez a lot of confidence going into this title fight. This young lady, though, has dealt with expectation for a real long time. So many people have thought about when this happens, it's only a matter of time that she will be the champion. She finds herself on the verge of that opportunity finally, and she's on the scale trying to make weight, has a lot of time.
114 and a half.
114 and a half. I mean, makes the weight.
The co-main
We've got
event
3 of the people that get the extra time. Hell, it might be a quick show, boys.
More time for beer.
Tatiana Suarez looking really good, I think, at 114.5 pounds.
Next to
Michael
the scale,
mentioned the flyweight
the
experience, so you never know how she'll look at strawweight. It looks really good.
Strickland.
Well, I had her down as a two-weight division champion, but never mind that. This man used to fight at 170, speaking of two-weight divisions. Currently, Sean Strickland is on the front page of the Australian Telegraph, a national newspaper, with the headline, "Somebody please knock this man out." As we know, he's had a lot to say this week. He's upsetting a lot of people, but he's getting a lot of attention.
Strickland.
Walking in here, he's always lean. There's never any danger of him missing weight, and there's never any danger of him not showing up in a fight.
Next to the scale,
next fighter to the scale,
in the lightweight
DC.
division,
Big Train, Tom Nolan, lightweight division.
You know, John, Tom Nolan is a guy that when you watch him fight, he has a ton of skills. He's very, very good on his feet, very diverse with his striking. But when he walked into the fighter meeting to talk to us the other day, he goes, "Nobody's seen my grappling." He goes,
155 and a half for Tom Nolan.
He goes, "I've been grappling for 12 years, double the time that I've spent striking." He goes, "Maybe this weekend, for the first time, you get to see my grappling on display."
Gabriel Santos.
All right, so this might be one of the better fighters that you haven't heard a ton about. Moscatino, Gabriel Santos, 11-2, outstanding strength of schedule, right? UFC debut, goes the distance with Lerone Murphy, fights him to a split decision, and actually won all 3 rounds.
145 and a half for Gabriel Santos.
On one judge's scorecard, he beat Lerone Murphy on all 3 rounds. We'll see how he goes against Bar Jack Jenkins here in the featured prelim come Sunday morning.
Hey, my name's Colby Slickness Thickness. I'm fighting out of Freestyle MMA. Hey, DC, I think we might be related. I heard they call you Thickness back in the States.
Thickness.
Why did they call you Thickness, DC?
It's, you know.
Slickness, thickness, quickness.
So yeah, look, Colby, obviously a training partner of mine. He's been training with me literally since he was 12 years old.
Wow.
And he's bang on. Mate, tough kid, really tough kid.
So let me ask you this, like, obviously he's very, very confident. Is the confidence
135 and a half for
deserved
Colby Thickness.
that he has? I mean, like, you know, you were in the fight meeting with him yesterday. Like, everything he was saying, you sit there and go, yeah, he's right, he's level-headed. His skills are as good as what he thinks they are.
Next to the scale in the welterweight division,
You know what I mean? And I
Jonathan
think he's
Michaelis.
better than what he shows in his fights.
Okay.
So him in the training,
Right,
room, Colby
right.
in the training, he gets to train with guys like myself every day, and he does. You know, he's a really good fighter.
Jonathan Michaelis is making his UFC debut, and honestly, he's one of those guys that isn't new to mixed martial arts. His martial art, his background is martial arts. This guy did nothing before
170 on the nose for
170
Jonathan Michaelis.
before walking into a mixed martial arts gym and finding his passion. So this is another one of those MMA fighters that are just fighters. They aren't wrestlers that turn fighters.
Next, making his
Kickboxers.
UFC debut in the
Guy's just a
lightweight
fighter.
division, Cody Steele.
So Cody Steele walking in here any second now. There he is. This guy's got a big reputation on the jiu-jitsu scene. I've seen some of his grappling matches where they just go off with a lot of people there. He picks people up. He runs off the mats with them. Of course, transitioned to mixed martial arts. Had a big win on the Contender later last year. Good striking, powerful hands, but on the ground is where this man does a lot of his work.
156 for
And when
Cody
you speak
Steele.
to him, he is not lacking any confidence, rightly so, undefeated, comes with the territory.
Yeah, Cody Steele's an animal. A lot of pressure on him. Highly touted undefeated as he makes his UFC debut. And we will transition here now to the light heavyweight division,
Next
I believe.
to the scale, Rodolfo Bellato. in the
Rodolfo
light heavyweight
Bellato
division.
is right 12-2, fighting the Bendigo Bomber, Jimmy Crute, here live on pay-per-view, repping the Knockout Squad, Rafael Feijão Cavalcante in his corner. And he alerted us to what kept him out in 2024 yesterday in our fighter meeting. Kidney inflammation took him out of his lone 2024 appearance, was pissing blood for 15 days.
I've been pissing blood after some
205
nights out.
for Rodolfo
It
Bellato.
sucks.
Shout out to Rodolfo Bellato as well, welcoming his first child, Mateo, back in August of last year.
Next to the scale in the women's flyweight division, Wong Tong.
You know, when you talk about Wang Kong, this young lady has a very extensive background in Sanda, in boxing. She can do it all. She hasn't been able to show that yet in her UFC career. This is an opportunity for Wang Kong to truly
That's
show.
Wong Tong to you.
125 for Wong
Her name is
Tong.
Wong
Wong
Tong.
Tong. We're
Wong
going with
Tong.
We're going with Wong
stop
Tong.
lying.
No, you said
That means something else in
Wong
English.
Tong.
Tong. We're going Wong Tong.
Her name is Wong Tong.
Yeah.
That's how you pronounce it.
Hey guys, I'm Jake Matthews, fighting out of Melbourne, Australia.
Kicking off
Hey
our
Volk, I still remember our
pay-per-view
days of getting pho after weigh-in, and I can't wait to catch up again.
It's not. Are we
Jake
live
Matthews.
still?
Yeah, I've actually.
Volk, take it away.
Yeah, I've actually been on cards with him before UFC. That's one thing that people don't realise. Like, he's been in the game for so long. He's
11
still so
years
young.
in the UFC.
Still so young. Still got, still
30.
30. There you go. In his prime. So he's so athletic. Always been athletic. I think he was
170 and a
doing
half.
AFL before.
170 and a half
and then
for
taking
Jake
it.
Matthews.
But
Yeah.
UFC, I forget who it was against, but it was one of the fights that he had. I reckon he could have beat the champ. That's how good he performed. On his day, he's hard.
Great way to put it, Volk. I couldn't agree with you
Next
more.
to the scale in the lightweight division, please welcome Quillen.
Hi, I'm Cullen Southkield. I fight at Illustrate Combat Academy in Perth. Hey Volk, have you told the guys about the drop bears? No? Stay safe out there, be careful.
Well, that's it. You've got to be careful of drop bears. You haven't encountered
drop
any?
bear?
Oh, mate, you gotta be
156 for
careful.
Quillen
You know what?
Salkild
I
in his
still don't
UFC
exactly know. I
debut.
think they're talking about koalas. I think that's what they're talking about.
So you don't actually know.
I
You
don't.
think they're talking about
I
koalas.
think that's what it
Next
is.
in our light heavyweight division.
Hey, I'm Jimmy Crute. I'm fighting out of Bendigo. Mike, DC, you've got to try some Vegemite on toast before you go. You got to enjoy it.
I'm not eating that.
Ma-
I'm
well,
definitely
listen,
not eating that.
Listen,
Hey, yo,
we
that
have the
shit's
original
trash, bro.
stuff. It's called Marmite. The Australians, we founded the country. Okay, we built the infrastructure here. Okay, and then we gave it back to you. And then you got a little bastardized version called Vegemite, but the original one's called Marmite, which is
206
far
for
better.
Jimmy Crute.
But Jimmy, all the best this weekend,
It's
brother.
actually trash, Vegemite.
It's great. You put that on a bit of toast.
This guy
Let us
gave it
do
to me.
Let us do it for him properly. That's
Mate,
the
Marmite
He
on
gave me
toast,
Vegemite last
Vegemite
time.
Next to
on
the scale in
toast,
the
they pretty much
heavyweight
taste the same.
division, making
It's
his
awesome.
UFC
I'm
debut.
starving.
Please welcome Taliesin.
Give me a meat pie.
You know, Taliesin Sheriff is a guy that is very active. He's very aggressive. His Contender Series performance was nuts. He said, though, that maybe expect him to look a little different this time because he's not trying to fight for a contract like he did on the Contender Series. He said he played Russian roulette in there.
263 for Taliesin
for
Teixeira.
He said, I played Russian roulette because as I hit him, he was hitting me.
Yeah.
He goes, I'll be much smarter and much better this weekend.
Well, he's a big old boy
Next
with
to the
massive
scale,
power.
he's a bad man.
And so is
It's
his
Justin
opponent, who's also a
Tafa.
bad man, Justin Tafa, walking to the scale. You know what you're going to get with this guy, right? Is he a Gracie-level jiu-jitsu black belt? No. Is he a dangerous son of a bitch with knockout power and massive aggression?
266 for Justin Tafa.
He's going to go at his opponent all day long, always looking for the knockout, and always provides excitement.
And that Tafa gang collectively knows how to make an entrance. My goodness,
Next to
when
the
they
scale,
fill
please
up a
welcome
room
in the
with all the
bantamweight
brothers.
division, making his UFC debut, Alexandre Topuria.
All right, folks, so with much fanfare, here he is, the older brother of the featherweight champion Ilya, Alexandre El Conquistador Topuria. Last fight, of course, nearly 2 years ago in May of 2023, but my goodness, was he violent in that showcase. Crucifix, ground and pound, elbows, had it all going on. At times, he has put his career on hold for Ilya, but back on the proving ground here Sunday morning.
135.5 for Alexandre Topuria.
And of course, Alexander Volkanovski will be in the opposing corner with Colby Slickness Thickness. Very interesting.
It is going to be interesting.
Next to the scale in the welterweight division, please welcome Kevin Air Jusset.
So Jusset, originally coming from France, moved out to Australia, settled in New Zealand, trains at City Kickboxing, came back to Paris last year to fight in front of his home people. Lost a fight to Brian Battle. However, very, very good skill set on the guy. Strong judo,
171,
many
the
years
official
on the
weight
judo
for
mat,
Kevin
10 and 3
Jusset.
overall. Good striking, powerful body kicks, and a long frame for that division.
Dude, like the fact that he makes 70 means
Next
I
to
need
the
to figure
scale
out
in the
a way to
featherweight
make
division,
25.
please welcome Jack Jenkins.
I would
a
love to
big
see you in
human,
25, John. I reckon you could do it.
That's the weight class I'd fight at.
Far Jack Jenkins fought in Perth, said that he didn't want to. He said the only way he would be okay with his performance if he regained all the momentum he lost when he lost to Chapi Mariscal. This guy says that his opponent this weekend is a top 10 guy, just doesn't have the number. So he recognizes
146, the official weight for Jack
146
Jenkins.
for Jack Jenkins. So he recognizes the challenge, he recognizes the danger, but he feels like he's ready, he's prepared,
Next to the
and he
scale
wants
in
to
the
get another big win.
lightweight division, please welcome Anshul Jubli.
All right, third UFC appearance for India's Anshul Jubli, and he said several Indian fighters were offered a spot to try out for Road to UFC Asia. A lot of them declined because they were intimidated at the prospect of facing the Chinese and Korean and Japanese fighters. This dude won the whole goddamn tournament, and here he is making his third UFC appearance.
Stoic on the scale.
155.5
Made it.
for
No
Anshul
problem there.
Jubli.
And he didn't fight at all last year after suffering his first pro loss by knockout to Mike Breeden at UFC 294.
Next to the scale
Yeah.
in the welterweight division, Francisco Prado.
Argentina's Francisco Prado walking out here. You know, this young kid here, I think he's 22 years old, ridiculously exciting style. There it is, 12-2, 9 first-round finishes. Beautiful striking, excellent flying knees, and he is not afraid to go forward. Look at the jaw on this guy as well. He can take a crack. He can take a shot. Repping Argentina. He's a lot of value for money. He's
170 and a
definitely
half
one of
for
those guys, kill
Francisco
or be killed.
Prado.
And at 22 years old, you know he is improving every single fight.
And
Next to the
Francisco
scale,
Prado now playing his
Bruna,
trade at welterweight.
Brazil.
Looks like he's added some significant muscle mass.
Yeah, Bruno Brazil walking out here. Last time we saw against Molly McCann in Manchester, UFC 304, put on a great performance against Molly Meatball McCann. Looked like she progressed and evolved as a mixed martial artist. Training now with the fighting nerds. Kyle Borjaio's been with her all week, helping her with the weight cut, coaching her, of course.
125.5
Makes
for
weight, no
Bruna,
problem, very
Brazil.
nonchalantly. But will that be the situation in the fight, John Annis?
Bro, when you're sitting here hosting this show, you don't realize how many athletes actually weigh in. I'm being told other than Rong Zhu and Vyacheslav Barshov, everybody else has already
Well, tell
weighed
them
in.
to get a move on and let's get to the pub.
So this show
Pub's
affords
here.
us a lot of different opportunities. And by the way, yes, RJ Clifford is in the building.
4X.
I almost got killed by Volk when I showed up here. You look behind me, he almost killed me. So thank God he was
You with the
tempered.
beer? I'm like, oh, don't tempt me with the beer, mate. I'm not
We
doing
got
that, mate.
more beers than
I'll
you can
take
drink,
one.
and yes, that's a challenge.
Randall, it's good to see you wearing the all black for the slimming effect, or what?
Yeah, you know, I gotta hide out a little bit, and also the slimming. I just started. People say, "Are you started working out?" Like, no, I just wear mediums now.
Yeah. I used to bang on our director, Anthony Giordano. He said his whole closet is black T-shirts, and now in my mid-40s, all I wear is black head to toe. All right, top 3 rematches that we would like to see in 2025. There are a lot of different directions in which you can go. Michael Bisping, we would like you to lead the dance. I'm going to stall for you as you get through your
Stall.
I submitted these so long ago, I don't even
screen.
remember what mine are. But Michael, we're looking for your top 3 desired UFC rematches in the calendar year 2025.
Well, we got to say, the Diamond versus the highlight reel. They fought twice.
Nice.
They're 1-1 apiece. Dustin Poirier's legendary career is coming to an end. We got to have the rubber match, of course. We're sat next to this guy, one of the greatest of all time as well. Definitely a future Hall of Famer, Ilia Topuria. Sign the contract. Let's go. Topuria, if you're back there, tell your brother, sign on the dotted line. Come on. Imavov, Strickland. Does Strickland win this weekend? Maybe he does. Maybe he doesn't. Either way, Nasruddin Imavov is waiting, or should I say Imavov? I don't want him coming for me. There it is. I think that's 3.
So yeah,
I've got more.
Yeah, no, and Strickland and Imavov fought at 205 pounds the first
Let's
time
do it
around,
at
so do it at
85.
85. All right. A lot
More
of different
wrinkles.
directions in which you can go. And by the way, Volk versus Topuria, I think we all want to see that, but somebody else chose that, so I could not. So my number 3 selection, wait for it.
Anticipation.
Juliana Pena versus Amanda Nunes, really just so that Amanda Nunes, the Lioness, would come back. That would be my appetite for that one. Number 2, Bilal Muhammad versus Leon Edwards. I think people don't realize how competitive Leon Edwards was at times in that fight with the grappling and the wrestling. Obviously, he cut Bilal open late. I still believe Leon Edwards poses the biggest threat to Bilal at 170, and I want to see that fight, which didn't get credit for how good it was, run back. But number 1, one of the greatest bantamweight fights of all time, Rob Dvalishvili versus Umar Nurmagomedov. I want to see that again. I want to see it right now. I don't think that anybody else should be next at 35, so that tops the list for me, champ.
Man, I hope to God that my list on the TV is what I'm looking at in my email, because they put some crazy shit on the bottom on this. I don't know what this is. Look at this, man. Look at this on the bottom. Like, why would that be on my?
Yeah, I mean,
why would that be?
You would not want to see a rematch of Tatiana Suarez and cancer.
No, like, I don't understand
What?
why that's on my deal, bro. Anyhow, somebody try to
Hold
set
on.
me up, dog. Somebody try to set me up. Anyhow, I want to see Islam Makhachev fight Charles Oliveira again. I want to watch Merab fight Piotr Jan, because I think Piotr Jan's earned another championship opportunity, being that Umar's hurt. And hey, I want to see Juliana and Amanda fight. I want Amanda to come back and fight Juliana again, because the only time that I've ever seen Amanda look human over the course of her title run was when Juliana straight bullied her. It was the funniest shit we've ever seen next to the octagon.
You know,
I'm just going to pause you down there, champ, because
No,
we're going to
please.
go to the present champion of the world, the man around whom this fight card was built, a man who is closing the distance on the greatest middleweights of all time, the undisputed UFC middleweight king out of South Africa, Dricus Still Knocks du Plessis. Champ, good morning. Good to see you first on the scale. We're not surprised. The consummate professional. How we feeling?
Absolutely incredible. Best cut of my life by far. Yeah, we made some changes at the cut. I started a bit earlier with just working with the team, the weight cut team, getting the body acclimated, and yeah, the weight just fell off. I feel great.
I know you're excited for the words to give way to the action. This is probably one of your final media appearances. But in terms of the messaging from Mornay Visser after that first fight with Sean Strickland, as you moved things forward, what was the big message after that first fight with Sean?
Yeah, the big message was, I mean, silencing all doubt that I can do what I do, go forward and throw the hardest punches that I possibly could for 5 rounds. We answered that question. And the message to me was we have to clean it up. It's great. It's good that I have the ability to do that, but we have to clean it up. If we clean that up, stay calm and do what we know I'm able to do, we're going to knock anybody in the world out just by being calmer, cleaner, and more precise. And that's exactly what I'm going to do.
Dricus, all this time that you're going to have to recover now, what are you going to do? It's more time than normal. How do you make sure that you're not taking in too much and you're not too heavy? Hell, John said, or Mike said you were 215 at the beginning of the week. I mean, that's plenty of time to get back to 215 and train at the weight that, or fight at the weight that you were training at.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna fight the weight I train at, and that's gonna be heavy. You know, the last fight we had less time than usual fighting in Perth. Now we have a little bit more. You know, for me, I'm happy with the more time, and you know, 36 hours is what I'm used to, and that's perfect. The 24 hours, I could feel it. I could feel the difference it made. Now we have more hours. So I mean, I'm a professional. It's, you know, less hours, more hours. I'm gonna do what needs to be done. I'm not going to go and eat and go crazy. I'm going to stay disciplined like I always do until the fight is over, and I'm going to be perfect in that octagon.
You know, Drake, how quickly do you try to incorporate the wrestling? Because when you were able to get him down in fight number 1, the fight really did start to change, because it also opened up your striking more when you're able to get close to him, use your size and strength to drag him to the floor. So how quickly are you intending to wrestle in this fight?
Let me tell you this, I have no intention of going in there and forcing a wrestling match, forcing a takedown. When the opportunity presents itself, I'm going to take it. If this fight stays standing for 25 minutes, that means the opportunity to get a takedown wasn't there for me. Now I fight on instinct, mainly fight on instinct. I fight, what I see in there is what I work with. And I believe that is a key to success, is making adjustments quickly, seeing what is happening and reacting to that. That is what it's about, you know, being ready for any situation, and that's how I plan on fighting this fight. The first time I see an opening to get a takedown, I'm going to take it. And if that opportunity doesn't come, we're going to stay striking, and I will win the fight there too. That's how I see it playing out.
Drickus, Volk here. DC touched on, obviously you got the more time to rehydrate, but we got to get you guys weighing in later in the day. I don't think I've ever done that in UFC. I wanted to know, how was that? Because everyone's pretty much come and made weight already. So I wanted to know, did that help through the process?
Yeah, that was actually, it was cool, because we all know you as a champ, a former champ, and a guy who's done this a lot, also knowing no secret about the weight cut. The night before a weight cut is the night where I struggle to sleep, because you're dehydrated, you do a cut the night before, sleeping 2-3 hours, and then you wake up, you're tired, and then you have to deal with that weight cut. Last night, I slept like a baby. I slept like a baby last night, and I woke up, and I had the whole day to cut. And the cut was easy, you know, being completely rested. I had all the energy in the world to do the cut. I didn't feel drained. I did my cut, and it was really easy. I guess the problem with that is if I was fighting tomorrow night, this would take away my recovery time. But now I have a whole day to recover. So I would prefer this than any other cut that I've done before.
Yeah, one more from me. I've seen you've been doing with a lot of the Aussies some collabs, like some videos and that. When are we going to do one? You know, when you come to Australia, we haven't done one together. That's what I thought I'll change it up.
Yeah.
When are we doing a collab?
Absolutely. After the fight, let's do it. I need to. I need to get on that. I need to get on that cooking show after the fight, and I'll show you I can eat.
Okay. Cooking with Vulcan Drickus. I like it.
I want to be a part of that eating challenge as well. Listen, Drickus, you're the middleweight champ. You handle yourself with class. You're representing an entire nation. However, Sean Strickland has discredited your entire run as a champion. So, dream scenario, what would you rather on Sunday? You knock this man out cold, or you choke him out unconscious?
I would love it to ask him for a ref to please save his life. By tapping.
To beg for forgiveness. You know, this whole time, has anything that Sean said bothered you? Has he managed to get under your skin at all?
No, not at all. Not at all.
I didn't think so.
No, there's no way.
All right, Drickus du Plessis, the middleweight champion in defense of his title against Sean Strickland, here coming up Sunday morning in Sydney. Champ, recover, hydrate. We look forward to seeing you later today at the ceremonials, my friend.
Mr. John Attic, thank you so much. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
There he is, the middleweight champion, Drickus du Plessis. Unbelievable champion he has been thus far. All right. Some people use a lot of different adjectives, though, to kinetically describe what this man is doing. Awkward is one word you hear. Instinctual is one that I prefer. But we're now going to dive into our top 5 awkward fighters in MMA history. And we have a quote, I believe, from the last style bender, Israel Adesanya, to sort of dovetail into this segment.
I just want to make it clear, if I'm on anybody's list, we're going to have an issue.
All right, here's the quote from Izzy. He's just weird, man. He's like the best shit fighter in the world. He's so good that I can't even fault him for it. Daniel Cormier, ain't nothing awkward about your style, champ. Who are the most awkward fighters you've seen?
All right, my 5. 1, Ryan Hall. Dude, Ryan Hall just keeps diving at people's legs, trying to do leg locks from halfway across the octagon, just rolling on the ground. It was actually terrible to watch. Number 4, Michael Chiesa. Yo, Michael Chiesa's not good at striking, and he looks so odd whenever he's trying to punch people. Michael Chiesa's weird, and he turns away from punches. It's odd watching my boy Mike fight, but he is one of my guys. Dricus du Plessis. He's got an odd style because he throws punches from odd angles. He does things weird, but he is the champ, and I respect that. Yuri Prochazka, because Yuri is just different, man. Like, bro, you know why? When Yuri was like, when Pereira was coming and Yuri's doing all this weird
Yeah.
He's doing all this, and I'm like, yo, Yuri's crazy, man. Yuri's my guy, though. And at number 1, I got Dominic Cruz. Dude, there was nobody like Dominic Cruz. Yeah. All the moving, the switching of the feet. Honestly, it seemed like he was doing everything we were told not to do, but he was making it work for him. So I don't know that we've ever seen anybody more awkward than Dominic Cruz.
I'll take your number 1 and I'll put it at my number 5 because I also have Dominic Cruz, and shout out to the legend and hope you're healing up well, brother. But yeah, incredible movement and very, very awkward to fight. Awkward all round, aggressively awkward, strong and powerful. Roman Dolidze, good luck with that shit, okay? My God, heel hooks all over the place, clubbing, thudding power, you know. Sean Strickland, I know this firsthand. I've sparred him many a time. Very awkward, hard to hit. It's a weird style, it's a weird rhythm, but it's very effective. Also, his opponent, Dricus du Plessis, people say it's awkward. I say it's effective, but I'm not very original, so I stole that off DC, so I put him on there. And at number 1, yeah, Yuri Prochazka. He's authentic, he's original, he's unique. I absolutely love this guy, how he comes from a traditional martial arts style and brings that into the octagon. Yuri Prochazka all day long. Shout out to Yuri. Ow.
All right, my top 5. So here we go. We've got 2 of them on there that's fighting the main event this weekend. I've got Sean and Dricus. So Sean, we all know he's awkward, but that pressure, so he's always talking about him being coming forward and that pressure, but he's very safe way, does very defensive while he's in your face. So it's a really awkward sort of style, like someone to just be there, but not really give you shots. It's awkward. So, and Dricus, you can just look at it and you can see that's awkward. The way he puts combos together, it's a little bit different. The beats are changing, the rhythm's changing. Yeah. It's very, very hard to read. Yuri, I got Yuri there for the obvious reasons, as you said. With Alex Pereira, I got him in there because someone that'd be awkward, someone that's got so much power that's just in your face. It's like not even just, you know, some fighter, you've got Yuri who'll put his head in range to bait you in. You got Pereira that puts his hips, everything, like right in front of you like that. He's like, I dare you to throw, and just counters you as you go. Imagine having that bloke with that power, look, you know, wanting you to fight, and you're just like, I don't think I want to pull the trigger. But you've got no choice. But then you got Marab, is one that I wanted to throw in there, just because, just that style, which I think is a bit different to most of wrestling. You know, a lot of the wrestling grapplers, they really want to hold someone down. He don't care. He just shoots. He'll shoot. You start to get up. He knows that your gas tank going down. He'll just shoot again. So he doesn't even try and hold him down, it seems. So that's why I thought he was very effective against Umar because of that. I don't know if Umar's actually dealt with that style of wrestling because they're really good at controlling. He don't care if you get up. I'll shoot again and drain that gas tank. I think that's very awkward.
I don't know if I overthought my list or underthought it, but there's a lot of names on here that weren't on anyone else's. Number 5, Tim Elliott. I mean, that guy is super well-rounded.
Oh, yeah.
He doesn't throw. His jab is
Hold
awkward.
on. Isn't that his nickname?
Yeah, I think his Instagram is like Awkward MMA.
Yeah.
That's a great call.
Yeah.
Oh,
There you go. So that counts.
It
Sharp
counts.
Bullet. Striking's very weird, but very effective. Joaquin Buckley, same way. Jessica Andrade, she started to kind of try to be more technical and got worse.
Yeah.
Like, just be Vanderlei Silva, and that's when you're good. Like,
That's
the awkward.
awkward for the coaches.
Right? It's like, oh, she's listening now, and now she's not winning. And then Dricus du Plessis. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think there's a single fighter more experts were wrong about for longer than Dricus.
Feels like if you can find a spot for Jessica Andrade on any list, you're going to find a spot for her.
You're right, though,
I am
dude.
the bandwagon captain, driver, and bartender of Jessica Andrade.
He's absolutely right. Like, we've all been so wrong. I mean, you did. John was actually one that believed in Dricus. Like, and it was the most astounding thing. He was like, well, Johnny kind of sucks.
I thought Whitaker Dricus was the biggest slam dunk pick ever. I'm like, if Whitaker doesn't win, I don't know anything about MMA.
Oh, something's wrong with Rob, man.
Yeah.
It's like you still, after that, like, something's wrong with Robert.
Well, DC and Dricus, and my five will be populated here. I don't need to belabor the point, but DC and Dricus had an interesting conversation yesterday about takedowns and the relative prettiness of them or not, right? Because Dricus, he's fighting on instinct. He doesn't care what the takedown looks like. And you said something like MMA takedowns, it's almost, what were you saying about like getting the body on the floor is really...
Yeah, you just got to drag them down. It's all that matters. If they end up on the floor, it doesn't matter how they get there. You could step around the back and do it. It could look ugly. You could fall to his leg. Just get him down. That takedown he got against Izzy to get the submission was not pretty.
Alexio Linux, the only other name that I had on here. I think he's just a weird guy. But, I mean, the fact that I didn't have Merab on there, you know, surprises me because he's one of one. And I think a lot of these awkward fighters, really, there's no point of comparison. All right, so the last time Alexander Volkanovski was featured on this weigh-in show, we mentioned that he was breakdancing, perhaps against his better judgment. And we actually have some video we're going to re-rack for you right now. We're not going to make you breakdance today, but you can actually see where he gets injured, I think.
Look at him.
Right there, see that little, hit the ground. There
you can tell, like you can tell, it's like that look of concern went across your face, like, oh my God.
No, I got real concerned when I started walking and things started clicking. Yeah. Like my hips, and I'm like, oh, this ain't good. It's like my bone and like.
That's what happens whenever you get on the show and you're like trying to make sure you get invited back. You start doing shit you ain't supposed to do.
Everyone's talking about these curses. You know what I mean? You got all these different curses. Maybe there's one here. You know what I mean? The fight show curse. You're going to get injured if you try breakdancing.
All right, guys, we have our next guest fighter sitting in the chair over at the Host Hotel. Gives me great privilege to welcome in the returning light heavyweight contender, the Bendigo Bomber himself. Jimmy Crute is with us. Jimmy, I know it's been a festive fight week for you, brother. We appreciate a few minutes. How'd the weight cut go? How are we feeling to be out the other side of that endeavor?
Yeah, man, the weight cut was awesome. It was a really cruisy cut, and I really... For some weird reason, I just really enjoyed the whole process. I don't think many people say that, but...
Have you enjoyed any weight cut processes prior to this one?
Never.
How about that?
Never, bro.
So much has been made of your layoff, and I know we talk about you finding God, but in terms of skills and developmental time with Sam Greco and everybody else, what do you feel like has been your biggest gain over the last 18 months or so?
Definitely the mental aspect of it, and then everything else has followed off of that. I got my head right, and then all the physical attributes just fell into place. I've worked hard on every aspect of my game, though.
Jimmy, how you doing, mate? You probably enjoyed the weight cut because you're back. It's been a while since you've done one, and you realise that this is the good stuff. With that all said, how good does it feel to make your return on a pay-per-view in Sydney?
Yeah, man, it feels incredible. There was a part of time where I didn't know if I would ever get back here. So to be here in this moment feels really special, and I'm going to go out and make the most of it.
And taking on this guy, Bellato, you know there's going to be fireworks. You know the crowd are going to absolutely love this one. What's your assessment on this guy?
It's a hard challenge. It's a challenging fight, which gets me out of bed every morning and makes me go that extra mile at training. I've worked really hard for this fight, and I know what I'm getting in there with, and I'm ready for it.
Yeah, Jimmy, like as you're saying, you look, mate, I've even chatted to you earlier in the week, and you did look like you were really enjoying the process, and you just seem so happy with everything. And was that the case with camp as well? Was it just I found the love for the sport again? What was it?
100%, bro, 100%. I found the love for life again, not only in the sport, but just life in general. Just feels awesome to be alive.
Awesome. And you were over there training at Bang Tao. I'm just going to throw this random one in there. How was it dealing with Frank Hickman for them weeks?
Oh, you know, you got to do what you got to do. Frankie's all right.
You know, Jimmy, you get these kids that they come off the Contender Series and there's a ton of hype, right? And you haven't had the best time. Have you really, how have you used the position that you're in as motivation, right? This young kid that if you can almost use it as motivation to say, they're trying to get this kid a big-time win by putting me in there. How do you use that to propel yourself into one of your best performances?
Yeah, 100%. I think I just more focus on myself. I'm not too worried about what the expectations are on my opponent. I'm just getting myself ready for war. I'm not taking anything personally.
Yeah.
This is a business, and I'm just going to go out there and do the best I can.
And Jimmy, with everything that's going on in your life, can you look to yourself right now and go, I'm okay with anything that happens in there result-wise, but God dang it, I'm going out there to knock this dude out?
Oh, for sure, for sure. I'm going out there to let the sparks fly, but whatever happens, you know, I already feel like a winner.
You think this kid, because of his aggressiveness, will walk into something that you could put him out with?
For sure, for sure. I think he's going to leave a big opening and maybe try and chase something and get himself into trouble. But I'm ready for 15 minutes of hard work too. So.
Well, Jimmy Crew, you got a lot of fans, I think you know, on this side of the camera, brother. We hope the recovery goes well. Enjoy the extra time, and we'll see you later today at the ceremonial weigh-ins, brother. Thanks for your time.
I appreciate all you gentlemen. Thank you very much.
All right, there he is, the Bendigo Bomber. I can't help but call him that. It's not his official nickname, but he's the fucking Bendigo Bomber, Jimmy Crew.
We can say fuck.
You can say
pretty much whatever you want. Just don't be Sean Strickland, and you're fine.
Can I
as long
say
as you're not Sean
English
Strickland.
swear words?
Yeah, I mean, you haven't been canceled yet.
See you
Vyacheslav
next
Barshov. What do you have for us on him, Michael?
Well, I'll tell you what, if I walked out dancing like that, I'd expect to be called some names. But this guy's dance moves inside the octagon, they are phenomenal. The kickboxing on this man, I'm telling you right now, he's beautiful to watch.
156
Yes,
for Slava
he's had some
Claw.
losses, but I tell you what, the wins that he has had, he provides entertainment, and the dancing afterwards
Try that,
also
Mike.
was good.
Try that dance, Mike.
Yeah, give it a what's your hip?
Oh, some shit.
That's good.
How's your
don't
hip,
know.
all right? What's your hip?
It's not my hip, it's my neck.
And this guy, I mean, dancing like that with two replacement
total knee
knees, an absolute
replacements.
savage you
Have
are.
I mentioned my neck?
So one fighter left to weigh in. Wrong Jew is the final man who will hit the scale. That's what I tell the police when they pull me over. You got the wrong Jew.
Oh,
All right.
my God.
What?
Oh, my God.
What?
He's
I don't think that's a big deal.
hilarious.
All right, middleweight trivia. So Anderson
Okay.
Silva, Israel Adesanya, some guy from
hold on, we're playing a game.
and now Dricus du Plessis. Talking about the greatest 185-pound fighters of all time. Let's see how you guys.
What do you want to know?
Oh, sorry.
So wait, what?
Sorry.
What's the
I think
question?
I just showed DC some of the answers.
No,
All
you
right.
didn't. I didn't look.
You got your whiteboards ready?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. First question. Which UFC event crowned the first middleweight champion? And a bonus point if you can say who the first UFC middleweight champion was.
Which event?
Yeah. I don't know how you would come up with that unless
That
you...
is a great, unless you're Michael Bisping, who was there. Mike was there,
Not
bro.
that old.
The only reason I know who
Can I
the
just look at
champ...
these things? I
No,
reckon
no.
he's got this, eh?
No.
Damn.
I only know who the champ is
Middleweight.
because I called one of his fights for another promotion.
No, it's not this guy. But
5,
Oh,
4,
no.
3,
No.
2,
cheating little
1.
shit. It's
Rich
not
Franklin was not the guy. It was not Evan Tanner. It was Dave Monet
Ah,
at UFC 33.
Do we even
I
bother?
knew
I'm
that.
not
I
even
would
gonna
expect
show.
Michael Bisping as the former middleweight champion to know
No,
who Dave
just
Monet.
more as a general, just
I said
expert
Vitor
on mixed
Belfort.
martial arts.
Yeah, right. All right. How many days did Anderson Silva hold down that top spot? The
Oh, my
closest
God.
answer will win. How many days did Anderson Silva hold down the top spot at 185 pounds? All right, reveal your answers, man.
I was going to say that, DC, but I went this way because it's...
Michael Bisping wins
I'm in the middle there
1,700. He
somewhere.
actually held it for 2,457
Oh, my God, 2,500
days.
days.
Oh, shoot, okay.
Holy cow, we were all off.
I'm
Oh,
the
okay.
winner.
All right,
Where did I
how
get the
many
1600? Where did
different
we get that from?
how many different countries have been represented by middleweight champions? Right? Think about
Hold on.
How many? We're just saying how many?
how many countries, and we are going Nigeria for Izzy and not New Zealand for what that's worth. How many different countries have been represented by undisputed UFC middleweight champions?
Oh, well, shit, I don't even know.
5, 2, 1, spin them, men.
Ooh.
7. You're all wrong.
Wait, closest.
Closest
6.
was Michael Bisping without going over.
Oh,
Sorry.
my God,
you
you're
let
right.
it go over.
USA,
Okay,
Brazil,
I want
England,
that
Australia,
information early.
Nigeria, Canada, and South Africa.
Hold on. What were the countries?
USA, Brazil, England, Australia, Nigeria, Canada, and South Africa.
Forgot about Australia.
All right, Michael Bisping will be able to successfully answer this next question. Who was the first interim middleweight champion of the world?
Okay.
I don't know.
Wait, all right.
Interim UFC middleweight
The first
champion.
interim middleweight champion.
Yeah,
We'll
yeah.
need those
I think I might be on
answers
this.
in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Spin the boards, man.
Yeah, Rob, yeah.
I said Luke Rockhold.
Robert Whitaker, correct.
Was Luke Rockhold the interim middleweight champion?
No.
He was the undisputed. That's your boy. You should know this.
All right, next
Would you like it
question.
if he forgot about all your credentials?
Israel Adesanya holds the record for second most title defenses in UFC middleweight history. How many times did he defend the undisputed 185-pound belt? And he takes great exception to this because of his fight.
So not,
Wait
it's
up.
true.
Give us a second.
so not fighting for title, like it had to be defending.
Right.
Defending the undisputed
So
title.
he feels as though when he fought Robert Whitaker, that should have counted as a title defense, but
It's
of course
not
it
a
did
title
not.
defense.
I agree.
It's a fact.
I got my boys back, so it is.
Well, give us your answer.
All right, how many? Michael? It was 5.
Oh, 5.
5.
Well,
Shit.
We're not doing great in
No,
family,
we're not.
fellas,
We're
on the
not.
middleweight
We're
trivia
not.
game.
No.
All right,
Especially Michael. He should be doing better.
I need names of 5 men who Anderson Silva beat during his middleweight
Well,
championship
not
run.
me.
Oh, okay.
Wait,
5
wait,
men
wait,
Anderson beat.
He beat Chael Sonnen. Who else did he beat?
So,
Okay.
who, sorry?
Oh, hold on.
Who you
Versus.
talking about? Who you
Hold
talking
on, hold
Just
on.
Are you talking
5
about
wins.
championship run?
5 wins for Anderson Silva during that title
Anderson
reign.
Silva. Okay.
Yep. So, you know, Forrest Griffin does not count.
Jeez, that's actually kind of hard.
So just any fight.
He beat Chael Sonnen. I remember there was one individual he front kicked in the
You
face.
say you
I
can't
believe.
write Sonnen?
Stop giving clues. Do you want four names?
We'll take 5.
This is so bad.
No, I've got some, but I can't remember some. Wait.
I can't remember 5. It's impossible to say.
I've got 5.
Really, Mike?
I've got 5.
You've got 5 dudes. Give me one.
I can give you more.
All right, spin the boards, man.
Yeah,
Rich
but-
Franklin, Vitor Belfort, Chael Sonnen, Talis Laitis, Yushin Okami.
Yep, nailed it.
Oh, my
Nate,
God.
Marquardt out there as well.
Nice.
Damian Maya.
Yeah.
He's
What's
crushing
all the
it. I have
middleweight
0
questions
points.
anyway? I swear every question's been a middleweight.
But you know, I see
It
Thiago
is
Alves
middleweight.
on this list.
It's actually middleweight trivia.
Oh.
I see Thiago Alves on this list, and I don't recall him beating Thiago Alves.
Well,
Oh, pay attention, Volk.
Hey, Vocals, what's up with all the middleweight questions, man?
All right, next question. In which iconic venue did Michael Bisping defeat Luke Rockhold to become the UFC middleweight champion?
Okay, that's so bad. He should be out of this.
That's, yeah.
well,
Wait,
it was a
stop.
It was a great night for the world, for mixed martial arts in general, for the people of the UK, for people that just wanted
I'm going to say
inspiration.
mine. I'm going to say the full name of the arena. That should count better than if he writes just one word.
All right, spin it.
3, 2, 1.
The Great Western Forum.
Look, that doesn't count. That's not the name of the arena, Mike. Hey, that is not the name of the arena, the Forum.
Stop.
Kerry, that is not the name of the
Stop
arena. What's the
being-
name of the arena, John?
Well, I don't know if it's still called the Great Western Forum,
It's
champ.
the LA Forum.
It's actually
the
the Kia,
Kia
Forum
Forum.
at present, but Michael Bisping
Forum.
does get the point. So do you, champ, but we like the Great Western Forum not.
I'm getting hammered. I think I got one right.
Just let it go. Just go have a beer.
No, I'm going to
Fine.
come
No,
back
let's go.
right
Let's
now.
keep
What's
going.
your
We're going to run. We're going to run.
Since Izzy's middleweight title reign, how many times has that belt changed hands?
Okay.
Since
Since Izzy won the belt,
so hold on. Since Izzy won the belt? Oh, since Izzy won the belt.
Since
wait,
his
stop, just
reign,
stop.
so
He's got to understand at some point. He is not just some kid that can ask questions until he figures it out.
I've got
Right.
it. I've got it. Quick,
I've got
5, 3, 2, 1.
4 is the right answer.
4.
How's it
Boom,
4?
boom.
4.
Well, tell everybody how you arrived
Pereira.
at 4.
Back to
Pereira.
Izzy.
Oh,
Shaw.
Pereira. I
Driggers.
forgot about Pereira.
Yeah, Pereira.
Good question by our
God, that's a
producers
great-
Oh,
there.
how good.
All right, next question.
I'm just going to call.
How many middleweight champions in history were born on the continent of Africa?
We're born.
This man was born in Africa. Anderson was born in Africa, Bisping. I'm telling you.
How many?
Anderson was born in Africa.
Or?
I'm telling you.
What'd you
Don't
say,
be
fighters?
disrespectful.
Anderson.
It's Black History Month, dude. Don't be disrespectful,
Drink
Bisping.
Plessis,
Did you say how many?
How many middleweight champions were born in the continent of
Oh,
Africa?
champions.
No, he doesn't get to. He doesn't get.
No, that's all right. Yeah,
He's out.
was it 3? No, not
Man,
3.
it's 2. DDP and Izzy. All right, last question. How many times has Australia hosted a UFC middleweight title bout, not including this weekend? Middleweight title fights in Australia, not including this weekend.
I've just took a guess because I don't care because I think I'm so far ahead on points. It doesn't even
Yeah,
matter.
you're gonna win.
No, wait.
All right, 5, 4, 3, 2,
Yeah,
1.
3 I've got.
It
Oh,
is
no, you're
2.
2.
Yeah,
I
with
mean, this
Izzy
guy
and Rob
crushed
and
it,
Melvin
dude.
and
Luke Rockhold and Romero.
Yep, Luke Rockhold and Romero.
in Perth.
Interim.
That's 3. That's 3.
Interim.
Guys.
Come on, what's
So,
Interim.
oh. And right, I believe
And
one of
someone
those
missed
fighters
weight.
was,
Yoel
Yoel
missed
missed and was not
He
belt
missed
eligible.
Bisping,
Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
need to do what you've done so many times
So
before.
Romero
Pick up that
missed weight.
championship
Oh, that's a
belt,
trick.
and
Bisping-
then pick someone to spin.
That belt is yours.
Did you know that?
You get to
Or
spin the
you
wheel.
forgot about Romero?
No, I knew about it, but he missed weight.
Okay,
You know,
well
that's just
done.
what champs do, Volk. They're an expert at their field. They know about these things.
You get to spin the
Can
wheel.
you believe
champ.
Volk
Hey,
is
You
questioning
pick
you?
someone to spin the wheel.
Oh, I
Yeah,
pick someone, or
yes.
do I spin it myself?
You get to pick, so you can pick yourself, or you can
I
wield your
declare
power
Volk
freely.
the man of the moment. Get
Yeah,
your
'cause
What are
he-
we doing?
bitch ass up
Roll
out of
that-
that chair and spin that wheel.
Mike, because he's questioning you. Who is he to
Who
question
the
you?
Fuck.
I'm questioning him, and now I'm taking him for a role as well.
Spin it.
Spin it.
Harder.
Harder?
No, that's
Again.
good. That's good. That's good.
Oh,
You're gonna break it. You're gonna break it.
Last.
He's right.
let's avoid a Volkanovski injury on the weigh-in show.
I hope he has to eat like a whole bunch of Vegemite.
I'm starving. If it's a meat
Oh.
pie, I want it.
Mirror affirmation.
Jen.
That's for Volk.
So,
Okay, Volk.
Wait.
So,
So this is so I had to do something.
Yeah.
Man,
So have a seat.
I'm all over the place, hey? All right.
this mirror, have a seat.
I'm sweaty.
Turn the
sweating.
mirror
Are
so
you
you can
sweating?
see your camera. So
little bit.
look at the
Okay,
mirror,
that one
and
over
see
there.
the camera, and you need to give yourself an affirmation, just like Saturday Night Live. You're good enough. You're smart enough. So just talk about how you're.
I do this in the
affirming
sauna
how good
every
you
day.
do.
Oh,
I do.
okay.
Yes.
All right,
I
yeah.
find it helps.
All right, so like that's the camera I'm looking at?
Yep.
So I'm talk G myself up. Is
Yeah.
that what I'm doing?
Yeah. Big
All right.
yourself
You're,
up.
you're good enough. You're smart enough, and God damn it, people like me.
Say, Volk, I know you got a bald head, but just rock it. Don't worry about it. You know what I mean? Just own it, because they love it.
yeah, you won't catch Volk in Turkey getting a hair
No,
transplant.
you won't. You won't. It's my new, it's my look.
Yeah.
And it ain't changing.
Yeah,
It ain't changing. Where is it? For nobody.
that was good. I like that. All right,
Is that
Dricus
it? I don't know. What was I
Duplessis,
meant to do?
Sean Strickland, the men on the marquee here at UFC 312. An unbelievable middleweight championship rematch. This time around, though, the red corner belongs to the oncoming force in the game that is the South African Dricus Duplessis. Take a look.
Can I?
Fighting is not an outlet for me. I think for a lot of people, fighting is an outlet. Fighting for me is more of an inlet. It's my passion, it's my work. Fighting is everything to me. Here I am, 8 fights later, as UFC champion, and I have a whole nation backing me.
Zuid-Afrika, nou weet hulle wat ons weet!
Losing is not an option. Of course, losing is a reality, it can happen. But I honestly believe in win or die trying. That's the only way.
The standard right now at 185 pounds is the fairly newly minted South African champion, still knocks Dricus Duplessis.
Dricus Duplessis is the man that represents an entire nation. He said that this belt is for all of South Africa.
Believing something and doing it in reality is also very different.
Oh, he hurt him with that one bad.
Oh my goodness.
But I never lost focus on the task. I never lost focus on what I was going to achieve.
Oh, he gets it done. Oh my gosh.
My reign is not about the quantity of defending. It's not about the amount of people I beat.
Dricus Duplessis.
It's about the quality of the people I beat. That's what I want for my legacy.
I want to hear it still. That's the only thing I care about. I don't care about the opponent.
This man has taken every opportunity to uplift not only himself, but his entire country.
The word champion to me means living like a champion every single day. To never lose sight of what's important in life. That's what it means to be a champion.
Well, I know both Daniel Cormier as an American Olympian and Alexander Volkanovski as the great Australian champion that he is can speak to what it feels like to have the pressure of a nation and to be representing your country. And for Dricus du Plessis, Volk, it's incredible what he has done to put South Africa on the mixed martial arts map. If the UFC goes to South Africa in the not too distant future, it's going to be because of this individual.
Oh, yeah, it would have to be, you know what I mean? It's he's obviously flying the flag high, and he's doing well. He's actually kicking ass, you know what I mean? He's doing really well. So I think they're going to do that soon, surely. Do we know if that's locked in?
I would love to go to Africa.
We talked to Dricus du Plessis about it a little bit, and it seems as though there are some challenges. He wondered aloud about the realistic nature of doing a pay-per-view there, but I think he's made himself undeniable, and I think if he wins this weekend, you got to figure it out.
Absolutely, man. And you know, representing the country and on the world stage, there's nothing like it. I remember walking out to the Olympic mat for the first time, and I almost started crying.
Yeah.
Right, because you're walking out there with the flag on your back, and you're representing the United States of America. And Dricus carries that South African flag with him and the entire country on his back. And you know, when you carry a country on your back like that, you can become a massive star. And right now, he is opening up those floodgates to South Africa. But it's his performances that truly makes him as special as he is.
Most dominant nation in UFC history, incidentally. The United States of America.
We are. Hey, both of them can sit over there.
I mean, a lot of stars and stripes.
Red, white, and blue.
All right, but we were asked to come up with, and Michael, as you used the restroom, we were talking about the value of a relative fighter to his nation and what it has been like for Dricus du Plessis to do what he has done for South Africa. But you guys were asked to come up with the top 3 fighters in the UFC at present that are most important to their respective regions. So, Volk, man of humility that you are, perhaps you didn't include yourself, but what is your list?
No, I didn't. Look, I try to mix it up a little bit. So we've got Wei Lee. Obviously, I don't think that's mixing it up. I think I think a few of us might have that one. But we have Max Holloway, Hawaii. Is that you know, that's
not a country, bro.
You know what? I think I remember going, actually, I might get in trouble for that one, but I still sent a message.
It's a part of America.
Yeah, okay, well.
Another nation that we founded incidentally and decided we didn't want.
So I'm getting myself in trouble with this? Is that what I'm doing?
No, you're good.
All right, so 3, I went with Marab and Ilya in Georgia as well.
I forgot about those.
Yeah, so I mean, like, obviously I've got 2 of them there. I'm meant to pick one, but I'm just changing rules over here, you know what I mean? That's what I'm doing.
I just want to just counter John Anik's point, though. With a country of America having 330 million people, England having 50 million, you could argue that you've got 7 times higher the population, and we've had 3 champions. 3 times 7 is 21. I don't know how many champions you had, but per capita.
Well, you can make a per capita argument.
We're
Let's go Australia then.
You've never had more. You haven't had more. Like,
we've got 3.
You haven't even had close.
21 if you did it.
We've had more than 21.
50 million.
We've had way more than 21.
We've got 20 million.
We've got less than 50 million, more than 50 million, but that's a
lie.
Anyway, Zhang Weili, China, of course, 100%. Come on, you know. And everybody in this room has represented their country to the highest levels. I just want to say, Volkanovski, you're a legend. DC, I mean, come on, double champ, DC all day. But Brazil, a nation that founded the sport, Vale Tudo, anything goes back in the days, what that meant. Right now, Alex Pereira is flying the flag for Brazil. And of course, Dricus du Plessis, okay? The man of the moment, the South African champion, the one, the only.
So I thought this was a pretty easy exercise, at least in terms of number 1, and I'm not trying to blow smoke up Volk's ass. Number 3 for me was Zhang Weili. Number 2 was Cyril Gane to France. I mean, I don't know that there's any fighter that moves the needle for his nation quite like Cyril Gane, but I must say, when Volk lost to Ilia Topuria, right? I ended up probing the masses as to who their favorite fighter was on X, because I've never seen more grown men cry. I've never seen more grown men upset, not just in Australia, but across the world than when Volk lost. My friend Big Ron in Vegas was like crying in Anaheim when Volk lost the belt. So this man resonates with fighters all over the world. I never thought there would be a fighter who would supplant Robert Whittaker in Australia, but Volk did that. He did it.
He did.
Volk's number 1 for me.
Appreciate that.
Volk's a cool guy. I'm sorry I left you off, my brother. But for me, I have du Plessis at number 3 in South Africa, Zhang Weili in China, and I watch Islam Makhachev in Russia. It's actually crazy, the reception that he gets there. These guys, he can't even walk the street in Russia right now. He has to live up in the mountains of Dagestan because he's not.
He's from
able
the
to.
mountains.
But he can't go down into Mahachkala or any of those places because it's so much.
Wow.
Not a bad job.
That was a horrible, horrible way to stop, like what I was saying. You know when you run out of words and you just kind of go, yeah,
mic drop.
it.
No, that was it.
It was good. It was emphasis. It was an exclamation mark.
We just meant to touch on that.
There was nothing to say.
You guys probably should have said something.
We should have.
You left me hanging.
And I was like, no, like I said, I'm coming for your job, so I'm like, I'll leave it open.
Well, and I would always be there to bail you out, but I was taking TV traffic because we are very excited to announce that on March 6th, many of you know, it's the UFC Fight Pass Invitational 10. This airs exclusively on UFC Fight Pass, and in the main event, 2024 BJJ World Champion Adele Fornerino faces Fionn Davis. That is Thursday, March 6th. There is only one place to watch that. It is on UFC Fight Pass. This has been an outstanding grappling take, and I think a lot of you will be very excited to ingest this on the 6th of March. And we are very happy at this time to be joined by the 2024 BJJ World Champion, Adele Fornerino. It's good to see you. How you doing?
I'm doing very well, very, very well. This is all very, very cool, amazing experience. UFC are looking after their grapplers really well, so this is awesome, very, very cool.
So relative to where grappling was, say, 4 or 5 years ago, I'd imagine for someone like yourself, it's just been amazingly satisfying to see the explosion. Yeah.
100%. It was so small for so long, and there was people doing it just out of the love of doing the sport.
Right.
But now it's really hit the mainstream, and people are seeing the potential in the sport, and they were seeing how much the wider audience is really enjoying kind of all the drama and all the different rule sets and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, we're playing into it, and we're just trying to grow it. That's the main thing for us.
Yeah.
Were you? Did you stay in Australia? Obviously, I've seen you at Freestyle that time. Where'd you come from? You just come back. Have you been here since?
I travel all around the world.
So that's what I was going to ask. Did you do all your camp here, or you did some elsewhere as well?
Well, a lot of my camp I did at Atos in San Diego.
Okay,
so
all right.
Kind of born and bred in Melbourne, did a lot of training there. The jiu-jitsu scene in Melbourne is incredible. It's honestly like growing exponentially, but a lot of the hard training stuff I do at San Diego at Atos, where Adesanya comes through as well, and he does a lot of his jiu-jitsu from there. But just filling in the little gaps. It's not because the jiu-jitsu in Melbourne isn't good enough, it's just because like it's good to get into the time zone, it's good to be in America for that time, so it's good.
Yeah, for sure. So that's what I was going to ask. Did you end up doing any of your camp here, or you're gone since I've seen you last?
Yeah, a lot of training's still been done here. Like all of January was in Melbourne. I went to Perth for a little bit, did some training there.
Awesome.
But no, the talent here is good enough to get some really good training in for sure.
Yeah. MELBOURNE, Melbourne. Melbourne. Constantly Melbourne.
Yeah. Cut it half the word.
Don't get started on how you guys butcher the English language.
Melbourne is the way it's spelled.
Just put like a bin on the end. Melbourne.
Yeah, bin.
Just cut it half the word.
Melbourne. Okay.
Exactly.
I asked you this, Adele. You said that it was so small for so long. The UFC's really taking care of the athletes, giving them the platform. Is there pressure to perform, right? To go out there and put on a fun fight? Because for all the new eyes that tune into jiu-jitsu, it has to be fun. You've got to start to draw people in. That's why they put people like you in there, because you have that ability.
100%. I think that like having interesting matches is half the game. Nobody wants to watch people like shove and push each other for 20 minutes. It's not what we're looking for. We want the audience to get what they pay for, which is interesting matches, good submission attempts. And that's what we go out there to do. At the end of the day, our job is to put on a performance for the audience, and that's what we do.
Yeah.
So, unlike my friend DC here, I understand that the world has a lot of different accents and people pronounce things differently where you travel. I want to know about the match that you've got coming up, though, because it is a rematch. She did get a victory over you. I think it was 2022, right?
It was.
What's going to happen this time out? Tell us about your match.
Oh, keeping everything pretty tight to the chest about what we're working on, but I feel really good. I feel strong in my submission game, strong in my top game. I think like the main thing coming into these matches is being well-rounded. Like gone are the days where you can just be a guard player, or gone are the days where you can just, have good wrestling. You got to be good at everything, and that's what I'm going in to do. I'm going in to sharpen all the tools, so I'll use what I have.
Nice.
25 years old, you've already won multiple grappling championships. I'd imagine you get asked about mixed martial arts and potentially the financial gain or your appetite for it. Will we ever see you punching people in the face?
Look, I'd have to make sure my mum's not watching this, because my mum would be horrified if I said yes. But I really do have a passion for mixed martial arts, and I would love to be in a cage one day. I'd love to give it a go. Wow. I'd love to see that perspective of martial arts, because it's different.
Very cool. All right, well, last summer you won the Absolute Division World Championship despite weighing just 55 kilos. So is there anybody out here that you would like to submit or could submit? I mean, RJ, what are you doing, you know? You feel like getting choked unconscious,
quick,
or?
Can she or will she?
No, take his back. Take his back. Give him a little bit and.
Well, I can do the stuff that Plessis was doing, which is just over the face, rear naked chokes.
Oh, right.
I think that's the flavor of the month, right?
Great.
It's like
Can
gone
you
are
do
the days
to
where you go
him
under
what
the
Chimaev
neck.
did to Whitaker, or no?
Oh my,
Yes,
yeah,
please,
you
bring
just
his jaw,
cave in
bring
the
his jaw.
teeth all together.
So you're going over, oh yeah, you're
Well, I
gonna
feel like
this
gone
one.
are the days where you need to be like under the chin. Gone are the days of this. Now we just want like anything that's over the face and at the actual like nose
RJ,
itself, and it's
does it
just.
hurt?
He's being nice.
No, you don't have to be nice to him. Like, that's why he's here. Okay, show me
I
what
signed
to
the
do.
waiver. We can
No,
go.
stop. Show me what to do. Just show me how to do it.
I think it's all just over the teeth, right?
It's all
Like, don't
trusted,
even bother
dog.
with the neck anymore.
No, RJ, it's all trusted. So, do I want to get under his neck?
I think getting under the neck nowadays is overrated. As long as you go to the gym, nose, teeth.
So here, right, and then once I get here, now am I just kind of squeezing his jaw?
I think that's the way to go. Yeah. Just put him out from there. I reckon easily.
Okay.
Oh.
Pussy.
Oh!
Here we go.
See, you should have choked his ass
Yeah,
out.
you had it. You had it.
The guy's an asshole, man. I'm telling you, don't be nice to him.
Hey, he's been nothing but nice to me.
So digging under
that's horrible.
I get people that just reach through for
He's gonna start coming up under his nose, you know?
The fact that they call that sport the gentle art is just insane to me. You know, I couldn't quit soon enough after 5 classes. Well, if you want to see this woman compete, and why would you not? UFC Fight Pass Invitational 10. Adele Fornerino taking on Fionn Davis. We appreciate your time. Wish you all the best. Will be an honor to call your fight in MMA at some point in time if that indeed happens. But thank you for the time today.
Thank you so much for having me. It was an absolute
Adele
blast.
Fornerino with us here on the live official UFC 312 weigh-in show. All right, good to have everybody with us live wherever in the world you may be watching. Daniel Cormier, Michael Bisping, Alexander Volkanovski, John Anik with you on the official UFC 312 weigh-in show. Rapid fire questions coming your way. Not now, but
Mike.
right now.
Tell Mike rapid.
Yeah, rapid. These are, why, you think he's of the long-winded variety? Is that what you think? All right, first question, Mike. We're going to start with you if we could.
Thank you.
Here we go.
Thank you. It's a great place to start.
And this is an opinion question.
Yeah.
Who did you
Opinion based.
Who did you think won the first fight between Duplessis and Strickland last year?
Duplessis.
Volk, who did you think won?
Oh, I missed that. So give me another chance.
No, you don't need a one.
Rapid.
All right, yeah, Duplessis.
I thought it was Dracus. I thought Dracus won.
Oh, is that what? Yeah, Dracus.
Yeah, I thought he won.
Sorry.
Honestly, it could have been 4-1.
Dude, I thought he won, and then I watched it back after the fact, and I thought Strickland won for what that's worth.
Really?
All right. In this rematch, over/under 5.5 takedowns landed for Duplessis.
Under.
I'll go over.
Yeah, I think it's under. Sean Strickland defends well enough to not get taken out 5 times.
Good job, Lappy, setting the line. He landed 6 in the last fight. We set the total of 5.5.
I think Strickland's going to be a bit more improved with the takedown defense and offensive with his takedown.
All right, don't love this next question as much as number 2. Who will control the pace of the fight?
Control the pace. Dracus.
I'll say Dracus.
I say Sean Strickland. I think he's going to be able to back him up a little bit. He's going to make some improvements. You put that jab on him.
Yeah, that's where I feel like just Dracus is going to be forced to fight, and him just moving on the back foot. But it's weird because I feel like Sean's going to be pressing.
Yep,
so he's going to
more
make it
than
happen,
before.
but I feel like Dracus will be going first.
All right, next up, Michael.
Forced to go first, though. So it's tricky.
Buy or sell, Sean Strickland's brand of trash talk affects Duplessis.
Sell.
I don't think it.
Yeah, that's a hard sell. I mean,
It's kind of a sell because he actually made him cry. Like he's not
Hold on.
So
you said the other way,
he's
right?
asking if the way Sean Strickland trash
Does
talks
it
does it
affect
bother
Dracus?
Dracus?
No.
Yeah. Dracus is the one. I think Dracus affects Sean.
I think it'll go the other way. Yeah,
He's just mean. Like honestly,
Even did you see him have a
he's
proper
not
laugh?
mean.
no, Dracus comes off as the in this situation because Sean is so crazy.
No,
Dracus comes off as the good guy.
Is emotional.
Dracus actually made fun of Sean, pretty, like Chael told me this morning. Dracus essentially had a public, or Sean had a public counseling session with us. Told us about all the stuff he went through as a kid.
Yeah.
Drake says it in the press conference. Normally, people will hate you for doing that.
Yeah, but what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Sean makes fun of people and takes the piss out of them when they show emotion. Look what he did with Khalil Roundtree when he got upset at the media day. Rips him, talks shit for days and days and days.
Yeah.
But then when he shows a little bit of emotion, wants everyone to feel sorry for him.
Right.
That's not how the world works.
Right. Well,
but one of you asked Drickus, right? Is it getting under you? The way he laughed, like, you could see in that laugh, it was like not a chance.
Yeah.
And hey, I'm getting into the acting at the moment. I'm telling you, that was real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That wasn't acting. That was real. Not really that old. No.
So we have.
He is coming for our jobs.
Yeah, there are a lot of jobs. We have less than an hour to go for the weigh-in. Rong Zhu has reported his weight, but he is still cutting. So we will. I know you're waiting with bated breath for the Rong Zhu weigh-in.
And what do you tell the cops when they stop you?
You got the wrong Jew.
It's funny. You got the wrong Jew. It's still funny.
Hey,
it's still
I was going to save that for live TV on commentary, but felt like this might be a better platform for it. All right. I know my answer to this one. Greatest featherweight of all time, Max Holloway, Jose Aldo, or Alexander Volkanovski?
Oh, God. You coming to me first? Hold on. Jose Aldo.
I can understand a case for the King of Rio. Volk, we're not going to make you answer this question. I know you have
they're
a camera on
pretty much neck and neck.
They're all like so close.
Yeah.
But honestly, it's Volkanovski. Let's just be honest, bro.
Volkanovski.
Because it really is Volkanovski because of all that he did.
I'll say Volk as well. There's no wrong answer in it. You know.
No,
what I mean?
you can't go twice. You said
I just
Aldo.
said Jose because he was there first.
No, but you can't just pick the guy that's first. Volk, let me ask you this though. John said that earlier that you are you said what's that word?
Well, it ain't Max Holloway 'cause he beat him.
Consensus greatest featherweight of all time. So many of us agree. Who do you think is the second best featherweight of all time, Max or Jose Aldo?
So like what you're saying, they're all up there. I think they're all incredible.
But you beat
athletes.
Max
So
three times.
Hey?
You beat Max 3 times.
Yeah, but I'm not.
He also beat Jose Aldo.
Well, you're 4-0 against those guys.
Yeah. But
so who's the second best featherweight of all time, Volk?
Oh, well, I already said that I pick Aldo as number
Aldo.
one.
Oh,
so
really?
That's what I said. Like, I'm not going to say myself anyway.
The level of fighter you beat was so different than the level of fighter he beat.
But then you look at Max. It's a tricky one. Then you look at Max's resume. So even when he wasn't champion,
he was beating everybody.
He was beating all the contenders that I wanted to fight. Like I was there, and I'm like, these guys coming up, and they'll go through Max, and he'll take them out.
And Max was beating the guys.
You know what I mean? Like, 'cause his resume, the resumes are just so good.
Before Max was champ, he was beating the guys that Jose Aldo beat as champion. So.
Yeah,
eras sometimes can be hard to compare. I know I was criticized when I anointed Izzy at one point as the greatest middleweight of all time. I came back from that, but I felt like his, maybe I think Marvin Vettori's better than Talish Latis. I don't know. I just feel like,
bro. Like some of the dudes that Michael Bisping listed. Right. I mean, not to take anything away from Anderson, but it's like, come on, dude. Yeah. There's some really good fighters in this era.
You're talking out of your ass.
Then let me move it along to you, Michael. Fact or fiction?
Out of your ass. Look at the way Israel Anderson Silva, the way that he beat people, the way that he did it with such precision and flair.
The way he fought Damian Maia in Saudi Arabia that
first
time
fight.
was
the way Israel Adesanya did he had a stinker against Yoel Romero.
But that's Yoel Romero.
It happens
Olympic silver medalist.
Yeah, but Jesus Christ stood there at as you would say, a staring competition. Stood there frozen.
Okay,
like
so
Elsa.
I'm wrong. It was Anderson, Mike. You're right. You got me.
Yeah.
Fact or fiction? Tatiana Suarez is the toughest test of Zhang Weili's career on paper.
Fact.
Toughest test?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Fiction.
On paper.
For me, fiction. Fiction.
Well, Tatiana's not her toughest
She's not.
test.
Because, dude, because Rose and all those girls had so many tools. Right now, we're all basing this off the fact that Tatiana's a great wrestler. We haven't seen Tatiana in the championship round.
Wrestler,
She's an incredible wrestler, but we're basing this on that fact. What about everything else? What if she can't take her down?
I mean, Rose is obviously Rose was obviously another tough one, very tough one. But
she fought Joanna Jędrzejczyk.
Oh yeah, Joanna as well. Yeah, okay,
I'm
hearing you. Well done.
I mean, Tatiana Suarez in our fighter meeting talked a lot about her footwork and her distance management and how she doesn't get a modicum of credit for her striking, so we'll see. All right, next up, buy or sell, Michael. Tatiana Suarez is the best wrestler in women's MMA at present.
Best wrestler in women's MMA at present. When you look at credentials and in terms of being accredited, I would say yes.
Yeah, for sure. I think the most effective even in the MMA.
Yeah. And she's so good once she gets you down. That's what makes her special.
That's what I mean.
And then when you try and stand, she takes that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not just the best wrestler, I think even in MMA, like it translates so well in her career as well.
So what's a better weapon? Which would you rather take into the octagon, Michael? Zhang's precision striking or Suarez's wrestling and grappling?
The precision striking all day.
Volk?
I'm agree, because if you've got the good takedown defense, which I think Wei Li does.
Every fight starts on the feet, DC.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a bit of scrambling, and I think I don't see a finish, so it's going to be on the feet quite a bit. So I think that pinpoint accuracy.
In most instances, the wrestler wins, man. We saw it just from Marab recently. Umar had the precision striking and the takedown defense, and eventually just got worn down.
Whoa. Shame on you and your Mahatchkala crew. I mean, they're going to disown you,
But
DC.
it doesn't matter, though. It's like the truth. It's the truth. I want that wrestling. I want that ability to control where the fight takes place.
He's
I'm
not
taking
welcome in Dagestan anymore.
I had
after
this
that comment.
conversation not that long ago. So, because I've always been a big believer of, wrestling. You can control if it goes down and all that.
That's all you did.
But yeah,
you're over here talking about precision striking. You're a wrestler.
Yeah, but nowadays, because if you train properly and you get these really good strikers coming in, they only need to train very hard for a small part of wrestling. You don't need to do all the wrestling.
Correct.
You don't need to waste time on anything but takedown defense. You keep it on the feet, it's a problem.
Wrestlers.
You guys are out of your mind if you think you don't have to learn to wrestle offensively to defend takedowns. You're crazy. If you start just learning takedown defense, you're screwed.
Man,
you gotta be able to know.
When I see people put hours, like say a striker putting hours of learning a takedown, I'm like,
why?
I don't get it.
Because you have to understand. If you get a guy like me,
I think you can still make them understand it.
No, but if you get a guy like me on their leg, I'm gonna move him in so many different directions that eventually I'm gonna get ahead of him, and they will never catch up.
So you want to pay attention on how to get them down, or you could teach that same technique in the defense side of things.
Yeah, but here's the thing, right? If they can't do the move, they won't know how to effectively defend it as well. Volk, when you get to a leg and you start running the pipe, the guy catches up. Then you might hit him with your head to move him off to the left. He catches up. Then you run the pipe again. Now he's behind.
But hold on.
Then you can start doing all kinds of things to him.
That's because I'm happy to use my wrestling.
But I understand that.
Cage wrestling in a mixed martial arts fight against the fence.
And that's what I was going to say.
Nothing like actual wrestling on.
That's what I mean by a small part of wrestling.
It doesn't exist. Like Callum is a way better wrestler than me. I will pick him up and slam him on his ass.
Here's the problem.
And I've done it. And he's like, yeah, but that's that bullshit in a cage. But real wrestlers suck balls.
But here's the problem.
You bring any of those guys in a cage, unless they learn how to do it in a cage, I will fucking head kick their head off. They're shit. They suck. And that's why most of them can't do shit.
But he's a full pro wrestler.
Look, all you got to do. No, here's the thing. All you got to do.
Wrestlers suck.
This is where people struggle with that. Don't wrestle double legs. All these guys know how to defend double legs. He can't defend a single leg.
Oh,
That's
I can.
what people. No, you can't.
You put me up against the fence, DC. You could not take me down with a single leg.
Guys,
even with my bad hips, my bad neck.
Single leg defense.
Rapid fire is actually the name of this segment. No, I enjoyed that. I really enjoyed that. I love wrestling and wrestling maintenance conversations, but we got to spin it forward. So if Dricus...
Single leg, I could stop you, DC. Oh, I could stop you,
We've got enough space here.
No, get a cage. There's an octagon right there.
Take your picks.
We're not going to do that right now.
Bad neck and all.
Yeah. So
I'm telling you,
if Dricus Du Plessis wins this weekend, would you rather see him fight Khamzat Chimaev, Nassourdine Imavov, or Robert Whittaker next?
Hamzat all day.
Yeah.
Yeah, Khamzat Chimaev. It's got to be Chimaev.
I feel like that's the most chaotic, best fight we can make across any division.
Like a bigger fight.
Yeah. But if Strickland wins, do they do an immediate rematch?
No, I think Khamzat Chimaev is going to be
Could you imagine that now that they're talking as well?
No, you got to get Khamzat in a championship setting. All right, Tatiana Suarez, yes, she hasn't fought since 2023, but she's only fought twice since June 8th of 2019. Does that sort of inactivity matter in this matchup?
It's a tough one because it all depends on the individual. But I think when you look at Zhang Weili, she hasn't had the strongest strength of schedule either. You know?
Mean activity-wise, right?
Activity-wise. You know, only one fight last year as well. So it's not like she's banging out 3 a year.
Right.
I also think for Tatiana Suarez, this is a massive opportunity and she's had a lot of time to prepare for it.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be necessarily a big factor.
Volk, you think it's a factor?
I think it's a factor with the opponent that's in front of him. So, and with Wei Li, I think that can definitely play a part because Wei Li is going to be very strong. Like we're working on it, even her body type and all that. There's going to be some scrambles there. That little bit extra work or that more activity might help her in them scrambles.
I think it's going to be a factor. Well, you're coming back and fighting the best fighter in the world.
Right.
The best female fighter in the world. Not at 115. She's the best female fighter at 15, 25, 35. She has more skill than anybody. So, yeah.
She's getting better as well.
It is interesting that Zhang Weili hasn't really tried to lay the foundation to go chase a belt in the second division. I'd love to see her fight Valentina Shevchenko.
She said to me, though, the other day on my award-winning YouTube channel, which gets tremendous views, and you should subscribe and ring the bell and all that good stuff. After this, she's calling out Valentina Shevchenko.
Yeah, good. I mean, that makes sense, you know. At some point, I think that makes a lot of sense, although Manon Fior is about as worthy a number one contender as there is.
Agreed.
All right, Mike, can you give me an undercard fight, a prelim fight that fans should keep an eye on?
Oh, absolutely.
Would you like to see the fight card?
I thought it'd be that. I'll tell you right now. One on the prelims. I mean, I'm going to say this one. And I'll give you the proper pronunciation. Wang Tong versus Bruna Brazil. So listen, I hate to do it. DC doesn't know what he's on about. To be fair, we've got a couple of days. Wang Tong has knocked someone out in the UFC, DC. You don't. You're yet to do your research.
No, listen,
right?
She can bang, man. I watched her live.
She beat Valentina Shevchenko in a kickboxing fight. She's got tremendous strength.
So when you have beaten Valentina Shevchenko, how are you not
just one of my training partners?
Doing what Valentina's done?
Go ahead,
yeah, you got it.
Can I explain my pick? She's a star in the making. She went out there last time against Fernandez in China in November. She's a really quick turnaround. She was in control the whole time. But she got too confident. She started playing around and she ended up getting rocked and choked out. She's coming back hard and strong. Bruna Brazil is a really good fighter. Yeah. Oh, not the big name.
What's her name? What's her name?
Bruna Brazil.
No, what's the girl's name?
Wang Tong.
He's going to just hammer that. Now, when we
Is
call
that
the fight, well, he did butcher the first name. It's actually Wang Tong.
Wang Tong.
Volk, can you just reel us back in and give us a prelim you're looking forward to?
And I'll try and keep it rapid fire, you know, because this is the longest rapid fire questions we've ever done, probably. You probably. I'm going to go with Colby Thickness and Tripura. Of course, you know what I mean? I think there's a lot of people talking about it, and I'm telling you, it's going to be a good one.
I mean, I don't need the card or anything like Mike. I'm going Jack Jenkins and Gabriel Santos.
That's enough.
You were looking at your phone.
I wanted to jump in.
Just like the whole time on this show.
I'm literally looking at golf courses for tomorrow.
Yeah,
I know the fight card.
Can we get a little bit?
Taking your Hublot tennis watch, mate?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that, dude. It's a beautiful watch.
Yeah, man.
Our timepiece.
Look at this. Look at this thing.
This dude's sponsored by Hublot. Can you believe that?
I can believe that.
Talk about a rich man.
I know.
All right, Michael, if you could take a vacation in Australia, and we know you are staying here on the back end.
I am.
If anybody wants pictures, Michael will be on the street taking them. Are you surfing at Bondi Beach or are you exploring the outback?
Ooh, I am surfing at Bondi Beach with sunglasses on, and my one eye will be active.
Oh my God.
Volk, I would imagine you're an expert. Are you exploring the outback or are you surfing at Bondi Beach?
I'm outback.
Yeah.
What are you doing exactly?
Well, what are you doing? You exploring the outback? Well, do you want to go? I mean, you don't seem like a beach guy to me. You like the beach, Daniel?
Reality is, I'm not doing any of
All
it.
right.
I mean, I'm
Just
not
trying to find a golf course when you're here.
Yeah, I'm trying to find a golf.
Last question. In a face-off between Australian foods, which would you pick? A classic meat pie or a Tim Tam slam?
Listen, Tim Tams are just penguin rip-offs, which is a British version. Tim Tam is a penguin rip-off. I'll take a meat pie all day long.
This guy's
You want me to go first? I'll go last.
No, go
You go.
Oh, me go?
You go.
I want that thing we did last time where you bite the Tim Tam on one end and the other side and you take the coffee through it. I'm taking that. That was good.
Well,
What's that called?
Well, that's the Tim Tam Slam.
That's the Tim Tam Slam.
So we did that last time, right? But we are lucky enough that 4 and 20 have organised some pies for us over here. Yes, they've brung them in, and we've got a few different flavours. Where are we?
Wow.
Oh, we're going over there.
Okay, let's go.
This is
So,
amazing.
Hey guys,
Now,
please
I gave you the Tim Tam Slam. 4 and 20 have sorted us out with some meat pies, and these actually are pretty good pies.
please
These
put
are enough.
Bisbing on the camera to see how he eats. It is hilarious.
I think we've got
Shut
different
up.
flavours.
Is this a sausage roll?
I can only do one bite because I'm dieting.
What's this one?
Because they put sauce as well.
When he put the name
Oh,
down.
beef and pepper.
Beef, cheese, and bacon
Okay,
pie.
so we got to
That's a
choose
classic
one.
meat pie.
Do we have to just choose one?
What's a sausage roll, guys?
I'm not a bacon.
Sausage rolls are great, man.
Oh, no,
Give me
wait.
a go.
Wait, are these warm?
You never had a sausage roll, do you?
No. Put some tomato sauce on it.
That looks like a pot pie. Is it a pot pie?
Well, it's what you guys call a pot pie.
Are we just digging in? Were we
It's
meant
what
to do
normal
something?
people-
Like, I thought,
Yeah, just dig in, bro.
I thought we're like here.
Sausage roll.
Go. All right. This is chunky Angus. Slow-cooked beef and pepper. Oh, come on.
All right, here we go.
Wait, let me try this one over here.
Yeah, we would get a bit of the tomato sauce. It's ketchup. Just call it ketchup, right?
That looks like a pot pie.
Well, we putting these on?
I'm going out to a tasting menu tonight.
What's the bacon one? What do you reckon about
good.
the bacon one?
I'm not going to
What
be
is a
hungry.
bacon mom?
No, bacon one. So it's a beef, cheese, and bacon pie.
Oh,
I was going to say, you going to try that?
that's my vibe.
I really wanted to try the one, chunky one over there, but Bisping butchered it.
All right, this is good.
Well,
You know what? I'm still going
There's
to.
a full warming oven with even more flavors if you want to.
Oh, there is. All right, let me get one more of those.
That was a twist off, Mike, but that was.
It
impressive.
was? No, well.
Yeah, I mean, I can get behind that
Here,
with
come
the
get
tomato
the-
sauce.
It's good.
I want to try some of these ones.
Of course, I'm the trendsetter of this crew.
What is that? What is
Oh,
that?
that's good.
This one's a chunky one.
Oh, they got a sausage roll here. Any takers?
Yeah, sausage rolls are good too.
Diving in.
This would be kind of
King
nice if we
size,
could take
well,
a take a
king
break
size
when we're
sausage
calling
roll.
fights for this noise, huh?
40% bigger.
That's what she said.
I gotta be honest.
You down with it?
Everything's a bit mushy.
Mushy.
Like, yeah, it's like paste inside of the
Little bit.
sauce. Yeah.
A little bit.
Well, there, yeah, so it's like a
It's right,
gravy.
right, like
It's
you,
like a
you gotta
steak,
get a
it's
little
like
used to the texture, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes-
It's a meat gravy.
I like it.
It's like a meat gravy.
Pie.
Yeah, it's like gravy, yeah.
Yeah, it's like meat with gravy. Obviously, you can put all the different things in there. Sausage rolls are a bit more of a. Everyone does sausage rolls.
What about-
right?
Mate,
Is that an
listen,
Aussie thing?
It's an English thing.
It's nice and soft for after you get your chin destroyed by an Olympian.
Hey, what
Oh
about?
yeah, that'll yeah.
Easier to
good
chew.
texture. Yeah,
No.
it'd be much better for
Hey,
you.
Vogue, how
your
did
teeth.
you open the tomato?
The
How'd you open that?
tomato.
How'd you open this tomato?
let you do it here. You got it. You squeeze it.
Oh, you squeezed the back.
We would like to thank our friends
Up way, up
over
way,
at 4
up
and
way.
20,
Squeeze it that
number
way.
one
Not that way, turn
meat
that.
pie in Australia for hooking us up today.
Man,
I'm about to open up another one.
This is really good. This bacon one is not bad.
I'll tell you
fellas.
what. Shouts out to the missus. She just said that she's watching.
Uh-oh.
Are we drinking?
She's
drinking
dying
before
for a
the
sausage
Saturday
roll.
wins.
She ever watch?
Go to sausage roll.
Yeah, no, she loves. She's Australian, obviously. She loves the 4 and 20 sausage rolls.
Rebecca?
Rebecca.
So that's what she was saying to get. Get the
Yeah,
That's
she said
why you're
get
on
the-
your best behavior this show. She's wife's watching.
Am I on my best behavior?
No.
I'm annoying the hell out of John.
No. So what do you reckon? Which one do you reckon was the best?
This one.
No, the steak.
bacon was
the
good.
beef.
The bacon one was good, huh?
I'm a sausage roll guy,
I
but
don't usually go
the
the
beef one
bacon pies.
was good.
Classic meat pie with the tomato sauce. For me.
Yeah, I didn't mind the chunky. I didn't mind the chunky one.
We got to reel it back in, though. Let's take
Beef
a
and
closer
pepper.
look at the main event coming your way, UFC 312, Du Plessis v. Strickland, Act 2.
One of the best things about Extreme is we have so many great guys in disciplines.
Lead hands only.
You could not ask for a better camp. You want to go wrestle? We have D1 wrestlers.
A lot of feints, a lot of level changes. Nice.
You want to spar? We have like world champion kickboxers. When it comes to, do I need to find an awkward man to spar? No, I don't. I would rather spar a world champion kickboxer that is nothing like Dreykus.
Nice. We're catching, we're throwing.
If I could spar a world champion kickboxer, I could fight Dreykus.
Give me a little angle right here. You guys see it? Freestyle, good flow.
Sean has always had the skill set to become a champion. It was just a matter of being around the right training partners, and sky was the limit for him.
Hey, we got ground and pound, top, bottom out. Work time, let's go.
Leading up to the Dreykus fight, I knew it was going to be a tough fight. When I rewatched the fight and I break it down, there was a lot of things that we could have done better. Things that would help us make it not a split decision. And Dreykus did enough to win that fight.
Oh, big right hand for Du Plessis.
I got to take accountability on what we could have done better. I don't want to argue about the decision. I don't want to say it was a robbery. Dreykus and his team did what they were supposed to do. They won that night. Now it's up to us to do better this time around.
Let's go, baby, give it to me, come on, shoot.
We have to either make it a finish or go out and steamroll this guys where there's no question.
The thing about Dreykus, he does nothing right, but it always works out. He fights hard and he's awkward.
He's still a bit unorthodox.
Oh, big left hand.
That's it. You just got to have your hands where they need to be, having your hips where they need to be. I think my striking's light years better than his.
Oh,
Cuts right through the guard. Izzy was beating you in striking. I dog walked Izzy.
oh, huge right hand for Sean Strickland.
The result ends up with me being still champion. I can guarantee you that.
Big strikes by the South African.
Now we are looking at finishing this fight. 2024 was the beginning of our championship reign. In 2025 will be the best one yet.
The rematch that had to happen, ladies and gentlemen. I cannot wait to see that fight.
All right, back live here on the official UFC 312 weigh-in show as we all digest these amazing 4 and 20 classic meat pies. So rent-free, as Randall Clifford knows all too well. It's a staple of the morning show here. Here's how it works, Volk, if you don't know. Everybody's going to pick a moment from a fighter on this card that lives rent-free in their head. So for me, every time Jimmy Crute fights, he's one of my favorite fighters, but I can't help but thinking about the foot drop against Anthony Lionheart Smith. These are the hardest visuals. Daniel won't even look at this, right? I would rather almost look at a broken leg, I think, at times, than this foot drop situation that Jimmy did. Yeah, rent-free in my head, Jimmy Crute with that foot and its non-responsiveness against Anthony Lionheart Smith. All the way back in UFC 261 in 2021, RJ.
Tatiana Suarez. Every wrestler in DC, you can back me up on this. As soon as she said she was going to do mixed martial arts, we were just simply counting down the days till she fought for a UFC title. Yeah, it felt like a coronation. Cancer derailed her Olympic dreams. Injuries we thought could potentially derail her UFC championship dreams. She came back after a 3.5-year layoff because of injury. Taps Montana De La Rosa, and we thought, okay, she's back. Not derailed. It can happen, and it can come into fruition on Sunday.
So I'll have to say here it is, the crowd fight. I was like, it don't get much closer. Look at me, big grin on my face. I'm like, oh, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. I knew it was going down. I was like, oh. You know what I mean? I don't provide, I don't usually say, violence outside of the cage is good, but at least I was there for it,
Yeah, well, there's nothing wrong with inciting a bit of...
Oh, he's not very good. This guy's just okay. He doesn't do things right. He's fighting Robert Whittaker. It's a safe bet, and then boom. Dude knocks out Robert Whittaker. And that was at the time that Robert Whittaker only would lose to Adesanya. So he goes and he hurts him, and it was the body shot that he hit him with when he had him hurt, where I was like, okay, this guy's operating at a high level.
And now we have Zhang Weili knocking out one of the greatest female fighters of all time. Base plant, spinning back fist in the rematch. The first fight was one of the greatest women's fights ever. I mean, Joanna Jędrzejczyk was disfigured after that, but it was a back and forth war. They had a rematch in Singapore. We were on the call, John. All 3 of us, actually.
I was there, yep.
And oh my God, the very first round, unbelievable.
You know what's crazy about Zhang Weili? She did that.
She did.
She dominated. Remember when she won the belt back from Carla Esparza, how one-sided that was? And she's an underdog.
It's crazy. It's just crazy with some of these big-time strawweight fights. You sit down, you feel like you're hunkering down for a 25-minute war, and whether it was the Rose Namajunas head kick against Joanna Jędrzejczyk or Zhang Weili on the wrong side against Rose or that, some of these fights are over before you can even settle in. All right, now it's time for our Eris defensive strategies. UFC and Eris unite to revolutionize athletic optimization. Trusted by the Performance Institute and champion fighters, Eris sets a new standard in performance technology. So on the defensive strategy front, we will start with the double champ DC. You're going Zhang Weili?
Yeah, Zhang Weili has to defend takedowns. She has got to make sure that she is not getting thrown to the ground over and over again. And when they get to the clinch, she's got to control it and not be on her back against the side of the octagon. Tatiana's very good at scoring takedowns from the upper body. And she's got to be throwing things up the middle. She's got to be throwing knees, or at least showing knees, showing front kicks. She's got to be doing a lot of things to deter Tatiana from level changing, because she will level change, get to the body, and try to take her down.
Yeah, so with me, I went with Dricus. I think he's offensive pressure, or not pressure, but I mean, him being aggressive on the offense is going to be his defense. And why I say that is because, Sean Strickland's going to be in front of you, but if you sit there, wait, and just stay on the back foot, that's where he starts to get his momentum. He starts to pick you apart. When you fire stuff, he makes sure he's safe. He's very, very defensive. So I think that opens a lot of doors. If you're aggressive, you're going to start landing, start, winning the rounds. I think that's going to be his go-to. So him standing his ground. I've got to stand in his ground, and that's what I mean.
The best form of defence is attack.
Yeah, exactly. And you hear people say that. I think in this case, 100% I get it. You know, I wouldn't say that against someone like Alex Pereira.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'd probably say maybe not. But with Sean Strickland, because he's so defensive, I think Dricus being aggressive is where he's going to win the rounds and land some shots.
Okay, so Michael Bisping now taking over. Right? Is it me? Is it me? No one teed me up, but I'm going to go with Sean Strickland. Woo, half a beer, let's go. Right, how does he get it done? Here's the thing, guys, right? You want to stop, you want to beat this guy, you want to beat this Dutch man, here's what you do. First of all, got to stop the takedown. He's got to stop the takedown. The first fight was close. The strike counts were pretty close. Guess what? He was taken down. He was held down a little bit here and there. Stop the takedown in this one. And he's got to go forward. You can't be a bitch. You can't be on your back foot. You can't be getting chased down the octagon. Bite down on your mouthpiece. Go forward. Turn this into a dogfight. Sean Strickland can do that, and he will do that in this one. Simple.
All right, nicely played there. Michael Bisping's not unhinged, folks. He's just a little underslept today. You know?
Yeah, he's tired. He's like a little baby. He can't adjust his time right now.
UFC and Aris unite to revolutionize athletic optimization. Trusted by the Performance Institute and champion fighters, Aris sets a new standard in performance technology.
这场比赛胜利对我来说意味着突破自我，然后把腰带带回中国。
Weili has her down! Wei Li makes history!
我觉得今天晚上的结果就是 under still.
I've had a lot of setbacks, but you know, I don't think anything can get in my way of becoming the best in the world and having that belt wrapped around my waist.
A lot of people think we're looking at a future champion. Look what she's doing to the former right now.
I have an advantage overall. I think that I'm a great fighter, a mindset that's second to none. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to get my belt.
其实我觉得每一场比赛的对手都挺难的，都不容易，所以我只是战术不同，看这次就是怎么样运用战术，针对不同的对手运用不同的战术。
All right, back live on the Wayne Show. Not sure if she has an appetite for a meat pie, but we are absolutely thrilled to be joined by the UFC Hall of Famer, the strawweight queen herself, one of the greatest of all time, Joanna Jędrzejczyk. How are you doing?
So good.
It's good to see
I
you.
slept 11 hours, so I feel good.
So, big things.
Usually I sleep 2-3 hours a night, you know.
Really?
I'm this busy.
11 hours last night you knocked out. Good for you. Well, you look rested, you look ready to go, and I know you're excited for everything. But before we get into this fight and everything that's going on this weekend, for those that haven't been tracking your every move, what have you been up to over the last several months?
I just finished my stand-up tour. I had 40 shows in
Wow.
Poland. I did 40 shows in Poland with the best stand-uppers.
Comedians.
It was great experience, but it was great experience, but no more. I was living like a rock star, you know. Comparing to what I was living when I was an athlete, it's totally different world, so no more. But it was great experience. Yeah.
That's cool. I didn't know if it was a stand-up seminar, like
Yeah. No. Like a stand-up comedy. It was.
That's right, you go.
So, Tatiana Suarez is favored to beat Zhang Weili this weekend. A lot has been made of that. It's surprising to
Isn't
you too.
it? Yeah. Weili is a champ, so.
Right, and she's tested.
Champ is always a favorite.
Right, I thought so. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, Joanna, and hello, good to see you again, and congrats on the stand-up tour. It's the wrestling, right? DC, you know, anyone that's good at wrestling, DC loves them, but they're not superhuman, right? That's why they're just not DC, but that's why she's the favorite. Who do you think wins this fight?
I don't know. It's 50-50. I don't know. I really don't know. Tatiana is super dangerous, but she's not experienced enough. But she is very talented. And I remember because I was coaching the Ultimate Fighter with Claudia Gadelha, and she was in Claudia's team.
Yes.
And I remember after she won, that she was getting ready to beat me in 2016 or 17 probably, but she was injured a few times. She had really serious injuries, and I don't know, maybe it's her time. I really believe so.
Yeah.
But it's 50-50 for me.
So the stand-up thing threw me off. The stand-up did throw me off. So now I want to ask you a question about that. What would be harder, fighting, MMA, or stand-up comedian? Because I think that'd be hard.
What's harder?
What's harder?
I think stand-up comedy is harder. Yeah, it is.
It depends how good of a fighter you are. Though.
Yeah.
You know what I
Because
mean?
she was such
Yeah,
a
'cause
good
it-
fighter.
exactly
It wasn't
right.
nerve-wracking.
She made it
Hard.
look easy. That's it.
No, but I did some tours, some one-man show stuff, yeah. And I was shitting my pants, if I'm honest. The second, it got easier the more I did it, but the first time I walked out in London, there was like 2,000 people there. I was like, oh, what am I doing? Why have I done this?
So I was performing in the front of 12,000 people.
Yeah. Oh my God.
The
Wow.
biggest arenas and
Wow.
stadiums in Poland. We had almost like more than 240,000 people in total.
Combined.
You know? Yeah.
Wow,
Combined,
that's
yeah.
incredible,
It was amazing. But I remember my first open mic, so my first show, like a small in the front,
Yeah.
like probably like 200 people. Like I did probably like 10,000 steps like before the fight. You know, it was crazy, but a
Wow.
great experience.
Wow.
But yeah, speaking
You
of,
should
like,
do some comedy, DC. 10,000
You're
steps will do
funny.
you good.
You're funny.
If I'm being completely honest, like if I'm being honest, Bisping, in terms of comedy, that would just be another thing I would be better than you. I don't want to do that, man. I don't want to do that. So, Joanna, talking about Tatiana Suarez, right? How in the world can you look at Zhang Weili and all the things that she has done and get bet to a favorite, right? Based on just the wrestling. You talked about the injuries, the time away. How important is that going to be in this fight? And how much can Weili rely on the championship experience? Being in that fight with you, where you guys just beat each other up for 25 minutes. Fighting Rose all them times. How important is the experience going to be for Weili?
very, yeah, she's very experienced, you know. And but I don't know. I feel like I don't want to say like Weili. She texted me like 3 months ago, and she told me about that she was going to fight in Sydney, and she asked me if I would come, and I said yes, and here we go. But it's not like I'm taking only her side. I know how good she is, but people didn't see me losing. People didn't see you losing. People didn't see Volk losing or Valentina Shevchenko. And there is time for new fighters to, how you say, regain the throne. Yeah, and maybe it's Tatiana's time. We don't know, you know. That's why I always say it's 50-50. You know?
So, Michael and Dan, if you guys are so funny, why don't you guys crack a joke and see who can make you want to laugh more?
Oh, yeah. That's good. Go, Mike.
Here we go. Go ahead, Mike. Let's go.
Okay, Mike, go ahead.
You got a joke for me?
Well, you get a joke for Joanna, and then I will do my joke for Joanna.
Well, I told a pretty funny joke before that maybe you should take up comedy because the 10,000 steps will do you good. That was pretty funny.
Good.
That was pretty funny.
It was good.
Yeah, I just, you
It's
know,
really not that
some of the like overweight shaming, like DC's got way more muscle mass than people realize.
Yeah,
I mean,
you see what I'm saying, that
Bisping? His back is just straight muscle.
There's nothing funnier than DC pretending though that he's still a tough guy.
I know you mean.
I am definitely not a tough guy.
It's like doing the short jokes a million times over and over. You get over.
I'm like callous to it at this point. Yeah. And I know that I look good. They ain't gonna tell me nothing, you know what I'm saying?
That's
But
it.
anyhow.
You know what was my first joke?
What's that?
Like, if you don't laugh, I will beat you up. And,
Right.
you know,
That's
it was easy, you know.
That's good.
So
And
they
being
all
the
were
biggest-
laughing. No,
And being
it
the
was-
biggest guy on the stage, that's my first joke. If
And
you
my
don't
jokes-
laugh, I'll beat your ass,
Most of the
Bisping.
stuff that I would say, they're not fit for air.
Right, and I have actually written
You know what
some
I'm
comedy.
saying?
Yeah, it's
I
not.
was going to say when the producer's like, say a joke. I'm like,
Yeah.
This is dangerous.
my career is
Oh,
over.
I got one.
still
I
wanna
got
see
one.
those single
I
leg
got one,
challenge. When are we
Joanna.
gonna do
I
that?
got one. All right, think about this. All right, so we're at a weigh-in show right now, right?
Yeah.
There's a guy at a weigh-in show. He's the last person to step on the scale. His name is Rong Zhu, right? My Jewish friend got stopped by the police, and when the cop went up to me, he said, "Sorry, man, you got the wrong Jew." That's good, right? That's really good, Joanna.
Joanna.
That's really good. Joanna, it's really good.
Listen.
Stealing material.
Hold on. Joanna, as you know, as an experienced comedian and somebody with half a brain in general, we heard this joke earlier today. So not only is it plagiarism, but as you know, it's how you deliver it. Right? It's all in the delivery.
It's very important.
But
It's
it
one
was
thing
very-
to know and have a joke, but it's
how you deliver it.
It is.
got
It is.
the wrong Jew.
Yeah, it is.
So for
didn't
many
deliver it
years,
well.
You have to work on it. You have to work.
I delivered that pen better than you delivered that joke.
So for many years, you were the best
Yeah,
pound-for-pound
Bolt
fighter
gets it.
in the women's game. You have been immortalized forever in the UFC Hall of Fame, but you are now
Someone said Joanna
retired.
was gonna be here.
Zhang Weili defending her
Yeah,
title
but
this weekend. A lot of people
yeah.
believe she is the best women's
thank God.
MMA fighter at present. So, Volk, we're going to start with you. We need your top 5 women's pound-for-pound list as
And
we
current
begin
fighters,
the new
right?
year.
Current-
That is
current
correct.
fighters, all right?
Yes.
Yep.
Just say
Current.
as current fighters.
I know, because I'm like, hold on, Joanna's not on this list. And they're like, no, we were told.
Whenever you're ready, Volk.
All right, we're going. Oh, yes, all right. So I've got Weili, Valentina, Alexa Grasso, Juliana Pena, and Tatiana. I do have Tatiana in there as well.
So, but Zhang Weili for you right now is the #1 women's pound-for-pound fighter in the world.
Oh, did I have him in order, did I? Well, I mean, obviously I'm a big fan of Valentina. I know her very well. But just the timing right now, Weili, what she's doing, I think you have to put her in #1 now.
For some reason on my list, #5 is Amanda Nunes, but she doesn't even fight anymore. And if I did put Nunes, that was a mistake. I meant Pena, because she's the champ. Before that, Manon Fiorot, of course, Alexa Grasso, come on. Zhang Weili, Zhang, and then Valentina, the Bullet, Shevchenko. Let's go.
All right, let me just get my phone. I'm going to text Kayla Harrison that Michael Bisping did not think that she deserved inclusion in his 5 for me.
Is she the champion, though? Can she do it? Can she step up to the mark?
Yes, she
it's
can.
all well and good being highly touted, but when the pressure's on, the big lights are there, and the crowd are in attendance, can you step up to the chance?
I mean, it's got to go.
Yes, she can. I believe she can.
Get there, right? But I mean, don't you want to fight?
She hasn't done it yet, though,
yeah,
John. My God, I put a bit of respect on Juliana Pena's name. I'm going to call her.
Well, I don't. Yeah, you should tell her, and I'm sure somebody will bring it to her attention that she has been omitted from my list. That was actually a mistake. But Manon Fiorot, #5. Can Manon Fiorot get a goddamn title shot, please? Can we do that? I think that makes sense. Tatiana Suarez 4, Kayla Harrison 3, Valentina Shevchenko. What she did in mastering Grasso that last time felt like she returned to prime form for me. But Zhang Weili is the woman right now.
Absolutely, and the fact that they have Alexa Grasso at #3 when she got taken down 100 times in one fight. Pound for pound.
It's not all about
you guys are crazy.
Hey.
Pound for pound means you can go up and do well. She would get taken down 1,000 times. At #5 for me, I got Tatiana Suarez. At #4, I have Kayla Harrison.
Hold on. You are correct. You could be a good comedian because
I have Kayla Harrison at #4. At #3, I have Juliana Pena, the bantamweight champion of the world. Valentina #2. And for the last 3 years, even when Amanda was here, Zhang Weili was the #1 pound-for-pound woman fighter in the world.
So, lucky, but aren't we going off?
Can I ask the strawweight queen, please?
Obviously, there's potential, right?
Yeah.
There's potential, but you're going to go off like who they're fighting and
Kayla
timing.
Harrison has beaten people at 155, 145, and now down at 135. That is actually pound for pound.
And you're right, because the 155 women's division is fucking stacked.
But it doesn't matter if it's stacked. It's the fact that she has fought multiple weight classes and been successful.
I'm loving these two just
You challenged for the flyweight title. Your reign at strawweight, to me, is the reign that every future reign will be compared to. You've heard me say that before. What do you make of these lists and who's the...
So for me, #1 is Valentina Shevchenko, and then it's Weili Zhang. Am I the only one?
High five.
Oh,
well, yeah, I
you
said
chose
that.
Valentina as in first, yeah?
I said Valentina 1, Zhang Weili 2.
Zhang Weili. I go, yeah. Kayla Harrison is second, but I think she will be becoming the UFC world champion. And I saw her working in the gym. I had the pleasure to train with her at the American Top Team. She's a beast, and it's just a matter of time. You can't compare Kayla Harrison to Ronda Rousey and the other way around.
She's much better all around.
Yeah, but she's
So you've
tough.
seen her train?
She's
You
tough.
get to do a bit of training, or you've seen her do some training, did you say?
Oh, she's too big.
Okay, yes.
And I like that you got Rose Namajunas on there as well.
I got Rose and
Andrade.
Was Andrade was the last one. Yeah. She went from 135 to 115 and 125. She's a beast.
Do you have time to stick around for a few more minutes? We have a game called Face Morph that we really want you to play with us. So everybody get your whiteboards if you don't mind.
Hold on a minute.
I like it.
And thanks to AI, face morphing is quickly becoming a really exciting thing on the internet. So we're going to test your skills. So basically, each picture here is made up of 3 fighters: hair, face, and beard.
I'm not good at
And you're going to write your guess on the whiteboard. So write the hair, whose hair is it on top, face in the middle, and then beard on the bottom.
Oh.
Oh, I know what that is. What is it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Nose as well?
Wait, but
I guess nose is not a factor. So
no. So hair?
I mean, I certainly feel like I know whose eyes they are. And by the way, these are all featherweights, if that helps.
Yes, I've got these. Oh, that the hair's got me, I think. But I mean, because it's usually a few different hairstyles.
Is it you?
No comment.
I'm having a hard time with the hair.
Yeah, I've got it.
I think I've got it.
I got 2 of the 3. That's all I got.
Time is up.
Did you get Roan, Volk, Ilya?
I've got Max Volk Ilya. Max with his short hair.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was Max Holloway?
With his short hair, I think. Because he went back short his last time, didn't he?
I was wrong.
That is right.
You can't change it. What are you doing? You didn't
No, I'm
bother.
off. I
We don't even
opted
know.
out.
Was that right?
I go same, yeah. Max Volky.
Ioana Jędrzejczyk and Alexander Volkanovski get it right. Yes, Max Holloway's hair, that's
See what
Volk's
happens
face.
when they, yeah. See what happens
And
when they actually
Ilya
featherweight
Topuria's
questions?
beard. All right, next sample here, and this should be a very, oh God.
Oh, God.
All bantamweights.
I wonder.
Oh, God.
That nose, you could see a mile away.
Man.
No one's getting this wrong.
My gosh.
I mean, if you do, you don't watch the
Yeah, no one's getting this wrong. Yeah.
I got O'Malley Merab Umar. O'Malley Merab Umar. Yeah, that's my boy.
You want?
Same.
Yeah.
Of course. This one was easy.
We all got it. There you go.
All right, sorry you all didn't feel particularly challenged by that one. We'll move you along now to the light heavyweight division. Oh gosh. So
show that again.
Wait, we
That was quick. That was quick.
My goodness.
Yep, I know. Yep.
Judy. Yum.
Mm-hmm.
I'll see. Where I go? Yeah.
Daniel, what do you have, sir?
I have Yuri's hair and Magomed's chin. I have no idea who the middle part
Well, I
is.
got Alex Pereira in the middle.
Oh, it's Pereira? It is Pereira.
Pereira and Jan?
Yeah, so yeah.
Oh, you thought that was
Jan.
Jan Blachowicz?
Yeah.
Oh, I see why you said that.
Sorry. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
ginger.
So
Yuri,
who wins?
Poatan,
Yeah.
Ankalaev.
So what are Yuri? Poltan?
Magomed.
You got it. You got it,
yeah.
Volk.
I got
Volk,
it right.
you're doing
I heard it.
really well
right.
on this face
I'm
more
Did I get a
games.
point?
I thought I'd go terrible.
Did I get a point? I got
Yeah,
Magomed.
you got a point. But like we think Volk can cook, like he can really face more.
Mate,
Like,
I
really
did a
good.
tattoo thing. I had to guess a tattoo. Oh, I butchered that,
Yeah.
man.
All right.
All right, here we go.
Lightweight. Oh my gosh.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, yeah. I got it.
If you put them together, it actually looks like Chuck Buffalo, Charles Radke, but
I
this
mean,
is actually three lightweights.
I honestly have no idea who it is.
Yes, I've got this.
See,
I
you
have
should
no
know,
idea
man.
who it is. I know it's Justin's face.
Yes,
That's
Justin.
it.
Yeah,
I have
know
no
that's
idea
what
what
I've got.
I know. I don't know.
Justin. I'm like, is it Nate Diaz?
So they're not current. They're obviously not current, yeah?
Yeah, they are.
Are they current?
Yes. Current fighters.
I have no idea who that is outside of Gaethje, bro.
Oh, no. All right, then I've got the.
No, I've got
I've got the top wrong
Dustin.
then, I guess. But that's Conor, right? That's Conor's
Conor,
chin.
yeah,
Oh, it is.
Oh, yeah,
Yes,
you're right.
Conor McGregor's chin, Justin Gaethje's face. Michael,
got
any
Dustin
idea?
and Justin.
Yes, you're right. Dustin
Dustin's hair.
Poirier's hair.
Dustin
Thought
Poirier's
maybe
hair.
Ioana might know Poirier's hairline. I guess
So I've got
not.
two of them.
All right.
All right.
We are going to move on now to the middleweight. Oh, come on, guys.
Who the hell is
My
that?
gosh.
What happened to this guy?
I know. This is.
Oh, it's Robert.
Wait.
You want to go back on there? Oh, yeah, there
It's
it is.
Robert.
DC needs a little bit of time. I feel like the chin is pretty easy.
The chin,
Yeah.
I don't know the chin. That's the problem.
What weight is it? Welterweight?
Middleweight.
I have
I've got
Rob's
it, I've
head.
got it.
I have Rob's head and Shara's face.
Oh.
It's
No.
Whitaker.
Yep, Whitaker. Yes, Whitaker. It is
my
Whitaker's
guy is-
And
chin
then
and
Shara's
beard.
middle.
That's
Volk.
Shara Bullet's middle.
Sean Strickland.
Sean's head?
Shara Whitaker.
Sean Strickland,
Yeah,
Shara
yeah, are we
Magomedov,
both
and
right?
Robert Whitaker. So
You're so
Michael
good at
gets it
this.
right, and Volk continues his mastery of face more. All right, next up
I'm
is
excited
the
about it, eh?
welterweight
Not
division.
competitive,
Some of the best
isn't it?
welterweights in the world set to be featured in our
Okay.
face more.
Oh,
Gosh.
Jesus
Oh, yeah.
Christ, bro.
Is
So
this
I think-
welterweight? Is
I
this
think
welter?
DC will know the nose.
Is this heavyweight?
I don't know, John.
What weight?
Welterweights.
John, I literally
It's a
have no
Russian
idea who this is.
haircut.
Yeah.
All right,
I
I
don't
think.
know who this is. I have zero. I have no idea who it
I
is.
think I got it. I think the middle one's throwing me off.
You go.
Joanna don't care.
Is
He's
Joanna-
like, I
no,
have
you're
no
not going?
idea.
You want me to go?
Yeah, Volk, hit us with it.
Is it Bo Nickel in the middle?
Does Bo Nichols' nose look like
Bo
that?
Nichols
Oh,
does
didn't he
not
just
look like
knock
that.
out
Madalena's nose is all over the place. That's Bilal Muhammad's beard.
Oh, yeah, sorry, I know the middle.
But the top.
How did I miss the middle?
Who's the top?
I was
The
gonna-
Who is
top.
that? Who's in the middle?
That's Shavkat.
That's Shavkat Rakhmonov.
Shavkat.
And it's Jack
yeah.
Della
Yep,
Madalena's.
Shavkat
Yes,
Rakhmonov.
yeah.
Jack
I didn't
Della
like it,
Madalena's nose, you could spot a mile away, and then Bilal Muhammad's
I've got
beard.
two.
Yes.
Jesus
All right.
Christ.
All right.
I'm happy with two.
We have a tiebreaker, but I think Alexander Volkanovski has won the game. But can we show? Let's show it. We're going to look at this anyway.
Man, look at this shit,
Wow.
man. Who the fuck is this?
What is that?
All right, these are also middleweights.
Okay, yeah.
Yo, I have no idea who this is, man.
So they're current fighters, yeah?
Super better names.
This is crazy. You know who's that?
So our graphics animator, Brian
Chimaev,
Obi, put these together,
sure.
and I'm not sure that he's ever done a better job doing anything in his
Chimaev.
life. Great job,
You
Dio.
dickheads.
Yeah, it's not current though.
Wait, I'm trying to see.
It's you.
Is
you're
Shemaya's
It's
face?
not current.
Is Shemaya's face?
Michael.
Wait, let
That's
me go.
not me.
I don't know, man.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Turn him around. Kamzat Chimaev's beard. Yes, you can have whatever you
Michael
want.
Bisping.
It's not my
Yes.
face.
It's not
It
yours.
is.
That is Michael Bisping's middle of his face.
Oh, Bisbee.
No way. No, it's not.
Yes,
No,
it
it's
is.
not. No, it's
Oh,
not.
What's the hair though? What is this? What,
The
like,
hair
is
is
that-
very hard. It's not Sordini Mavo.
I
okay,
want to
you know
know who put this together, because I'll have a word later.
Mate, I think I only got 2 wrong out of like 2.
You did an outstanding job.
Thank
So there's a
Congrats.
big game happening in the United
spin a
States of
wheel
America
now, or
on
make me do
Sunday that is lost on a lot of the Aussies, but we had our good friend Morgan hit the streets here in Sydney to get some Super Bowl predictions. Take a look.
Morgan Worth here in Sydney, Australia for UFC 312. But we can't forget about the Americans back home. A very big weekend indeed. It is the Super Bowl. So we're here hitting the streets to see what these Aussies think of America's most beloved sport. Chiefs or Eagles? Chiefs or Eagles? Do you know what the Super Bowl is?
Yes, Shakira, Jennifer Lopez are singing there.
So you're a halftime kind of guy. What are your general thoughts on the sport?
Takes too long.
Do you really need all the gear? I think rugby is a bit tougher here.
Do you know anything about the American Super Bowl?
I know people play footy or like NFL.
I know what football is, but I didn't know who's playing.
It's the Kansas City Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles. Do you have any predictions as who might win?
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady.
Peyton Manning.
I'm gonna have to go with Philadelphia on this.
Kansas City Chiefs, they're the best in Kansas City in America.
I'll be supporting Patrick Mahomes because my name is Patrick too.
Maybe the Eagles.
Let's go for the Eagles
Why the Eagles?
because it's my favorite animal.
The Chiefs for Taylor Swift.
Of course, Taylor Swift. How could you beat Taylor Swift?
Exactly.
And what do you think of Travis Kelce?
He's a good player, but I don't care that much. Other than that,
You really just care about Taylor Swift.
yeah.
We got the Chiefs and the Eagles playing.
Okay, yep. Okay, don't know anything about that. No. Chiefs, is that what Taylor Swift's partner plays in?
Everyone knows the Chiefs because of Mahomes and Kelsey anyway. So,
What's Taylor Swift's boyfriend's name?
Travis Kelce.
Yep, that's the man. He's the man.
He's playing in the Super Bowl
Yes, he is. Yep.
on the Chiefs.
Go the Chiefs.
I don't know anything about the guy apart from he's going out with Taylor Swift.
I'll go the Chiefs.
Why?
Because my partner loves Taylor Swift.
How long do you think they're going to show her on the Super Bowl?
I think they're going to show her 15 times at least.
Chiefs and Eagles. Who do you have?
I get the Chiefs. Tossing up, let's go Eagles.
Kansas.
Why?
I just think Mahomes is very good.
So I assume you're rooting for the Eagles. Do we think Daniel Cormier, DC, would be good at American football?
Yeah, for sure. He's got the girth. He's got the grit. He's got the technique in terms of grappling, and yeah, he'd be very good.
Well, there you have it. The streets of Sydney have spoken. We have Chiefs fans, Eagles fans, a bunch of Tom Brady fans, and a whole lot of Taylor Swift fans for the Super Bowl this Sunday. Now let's hear who the fighters have to pick.
Super Bowl season. Who do you think's going to win the Super Bowl?
I don't know. I don't even know who's playing in the Super Bowl.
Who's in it?
Well, I've never seen a game before, if I'm going to be honest. Who do you recommend?
I don't know. I don't know who is playing. I don't even know any teams. I think the Philadelphia Eagles will win the Super Bowl this year.
I think Eagle.
Go Eagles! Woo! The Buffalo Bills should be there, but whatever.
Like American football got real soft, dude. You guys complain about concussions, man. You should come to the gym for 6 months and we'll talk about concussions. I mean, it's got real soft, dude.
I love it. My son's going to be a future tight end. Yes, I played football and Travis Kelce. I'm a big fan for Travis Kelce. I played with the 87 too, my number. So I'm a big fan of Travis Kelce.
I don't hate the Chiefs, but I'm like, yeah, I'm insulted that they won.
I don't know why they let me do media.
I'm going Kansas City Chiefs.
I'm rooting for the Chiefs because Taylor Swift 1989 is one of the best albums ever made.
Yeah, we should have got that first down.
My prediction, Philadelphia Eagles.
When I used to play Madden or NFL Streets, Philly Eagles was a team I'd use a lot, so I'm going to go with them.
Why do you think your dad wants you to be a tight end?
So I can get the money for him?
Nah.
Who paid the ref?
I love Eagles, so I'm going to say the Eagles. Again, I got no idea, but I'm going to say the Eagles take the win.
I'm going with the Eagles. Let's fly high, baby.
Oh, sorry, mate.
All right, Rong Zhu update, folks. He successfully has made the weight. This is Rong Zhu coming in at 156 pounds moments ago. There it is for Rong Zhu.
156 for Rong
So the
Zhu.
Aussies can't be bothered with the Super Bowl. Thankfully, the Brits have embraced American football a little bit. Any Super Bowl predictions out of you guys? DC, Chiefs, Eagles, any strong lean for you?
Honestly, I think I'm going to go with the Eagles. I don't think I've seen anybody, get a running back like Saquon Barkley and him play at the level he's playing at with that team. I think is a rematch from 2 years ago. I think this time the Eagles get it done.
Paul Felder is a massive Eagles fan.
Yeah.
Every single episode of our podcast, he's repping the Eagles. So I got to say, let's go Eagles.
To what extent do you care about the Super Bowl?
Oh, no, look, I don't mind. I didn't watch enough this year, I'll be honest. But who am I going to go with? I'll go with Philadelphia.
All right.
Hey, so we all picked Philadelphia, and the Chiefs are going for a three-peat.
Yeah.
They're easily the best team
I wouldn't
in
be
the
betting
NFL.
against Patrick Mahomes.
No.
All right, so we're going to play tic-tac-toe right now. Michael Bisping, I guess you get to choose the team.
I do, and I don't want to make this about, I don't want to create any divide, but my Commonwealth brother over here.
Okay.
It's going to be me and Volkanovski, guys that still represent.
So this is Flip Cup
versus you
tic-tac-toe.
Flip Cup?
What the hell
I
is
don't
that?
know how to play this
That
game.
means you've got to flip it into the...
There it is.
Oh. Okay. Can I just play a good old-fashioned game of...
And you
Oh, so I
go
got
one
it.
each. Oh, crap.
Oh, okay.
Hey, wait.
And we have to...
What
can
do
I
you
get
mean? What do you
closer?
mean? Hold on.
No?
It's going to be one versus...
Oh, okay.
So it'll be one
So
guy.
yeah,
that's
one
never-
guy
it'll
goes
be like
and then
Bisping
switch.
versus
Go for it,
Zanuck.
Jay.
And then you'll go.
Wait. But he's got to...
Hey, Mike.
You go. I need to watch
So
something.
you got to put it down. You put it down. Put it
Other
down.
way,
bro.
okay.
Yeah.
That's the harder way.
What are you trying to do?
Place it.
Place it, John.
Now go
Oh,
ahead.
you just
Come on, champ!
I'm coming.
What the hell?
It's the Americans. Let's go.
Oh, no.
Team USA, baby.
What are you trying to do? Has he got a stand?
Oh my God.
You're kidding.
You're supposed to flip
Oh
it
my
the
God,
other
John,
way.
this sucks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it is
I don't like
what?
it that way. Yeah, that's...
Oh!
You're kidding.
Did no one go to college? That's how you're supposed to do it.
Oh, man, what is happening?
Not me.
How did you get a first go?
John's
Because
good
he's
at
a
this.
genius.
I drank a lot of
There
beer.
we
Let's
go.
go, champ.
You're
Oh,
kidding.
Both?
Let's go, Jay.
Oh, that's...
There
is
we
that
go.
it?
There you
Yep,
go.
place it.
Can be any of them.
You can cover.
Put him over,
So you
John.
can
Do it the
cover
other way.
block,
Do it the
so
other
you
way.
can cover somebody.
Do it the other way, Jay. Oh, cover him, Jay.
Cover.
There we
That's
go.
it. The Americans win. That's it.
The
The
Americans
Americans win.
Just like in MMA.
Americans
USA
fucking win again. USA, baby.
Well, every time people challenge John and I, we kick their asses, just like we did on the newlywed game in Brazil. We kick ass constantly. I don't know why would you do that.
And
Spin the
England's
wheel.
lesser cousins, the Australians,
wheel.
let us down.
You probably should have known they would have got an American game.
Once we saw the red, white, and blue, our colors
Yeah.
don't bleed,
What are we doing?
You guys are going to go take your
Oh, you're
punishment.
gonna
We got the
you're
wheel
gonna
right
spin
here.
the wheel first,
Oh.
Mikey.
All right. Oh, shit. How to make a dick out of yourself on TV.
Vegemite.
Oh,
Yes.
great. I'm starving.
See?
Let's
we
go.
Like that.
Come
You know,
on.
Really?
right.
Give me
Does
some.
that mean we both do it or we?
You guys gonna
Yep.
eat this shit?
Oh, yeah.
Whole thing down the hatch.
I am going
It
out
is
for dinner.
disgusting.
But I'm on a
Dude.
diet. Like,
Yeah, I'll eat one.
Why-
half.
No, you gotta eat it.
But
No,
there's no
no.
Vegemite.
look,
You gotta eat the bread.
Now look,
There's
I'll
no
go
Vegemite.
even the
Look,
worst. I'll go the worst part.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm
There
doing.
you go.
Disgusting.
It's all right, no worries.
You guys,
Oh, yeah.
the fact that they
Right.
eat that. Have you tried this shit?
Well,
Yeah,
the fact
so
that you guys
I-
have put so much down, if you want to wash it down
I'll
in
take
the
it.
way that the locals do,
I'll do a shoey.
that's an
Go ahead, Mike. Mike, shoey.
I'll do a
Mike,
shoey.
I don't do shoeys.
I'll do a shoey.
Mike, do a shoey.
I don't do shoeys.
But here's
No,
the
look,
thing.
I would do it, but I mean, I'm not
If
drinking.
Tattoo Marshall was here,
Mike, they're brand new
Can someone
shoes.
give me a different drink? I'll
Mike, you
have a
fucking lost,
non-alcoholic.
dude. Drink the
if
shoe.
Tattoo Marshall was here, I would do a shoey
Mike.
in his honor. But other than that, I'm not a disgusting animal.
But just drink
I'm
the
not a
shoey,
piece
Mike,
of
you
shit.
lost, dude.
I don't drink a fucking beer out of a
Mike,
shoe.
listen.
Like some kind
Mike,
of maniac.
you're ruining the show, Mike. Mike,
So-
you're ruining the show.
Well,
drink the shoe, Mike. You're ruining
Yeah, I'm
the
doing
show.
it for you.
Because I'm not drinking
He's doing it for You're ruining the show, Mike.
I don't do it.
Mike, come on.
Mike, it's way cooler if
Oh
you
my God,
I'll do
everybody.
it, but it's way better if you
Oh
do
my
it.
God, guys, look at what Michael Bisping is doing.
You have to
the
spit
show.
in it.
I will never do it.
You have to.
Spit in it.
That is
you dirty
disgusting,
bastards.
bro. Oh,
You
my
dirty,
God.
disgusting.
Just someone tell Dana White
bastard.
Anek's going to be lathered for the ceremonial
Hey
weigh-in
guys,
today.
the producers just called Bisping. Take out your mic. You're off.
Not a trip.
Seriously, Bisping's off the show from now on going forward. Mike, you're ruining the TV, man.
What's it?
Did you spit in it first, Anek?
He sure did, and it was disgusting,
Yeah, it's
bro.
disgusting.
That whole thing is a real bad.
That's
It is a
disgusting.
weird one, but
It's
I mean,
Did you do one?
Like 5 years ago.
Yeah, come
I'm
on.
gonna
But
be-
I didn't lose the game.
all right, now we're talking.
What do you
All
mean?
right.
I ate the sandwich.
So,
Can-
Volk, we're going to have you show us how to
I'm
kick
gonna
this,
show
but
you.
I just hope when I'm interviewing Dricus du Plessis on stage in a couple hours that he's not smelling beer and thinking, like, what the fuck am I doing, you know?
He might think that,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Nah,
All right.
nah, you'll be right. Look, what we're going to do, we're going to go to field goal. So you obviously can just do a normal punt that everyone does, do it in NFL, but we're going to go field goal, so a drop goal. And what that is, we're going to drop the ball. So it's going to drop. As it drops, I'm going to kick like this. Oh, he's going to catch it. And then, oh,
Yeah.
Oh, that's really
there
good.
you go.
Warilla Gorilla's getting
That's
it
what
done.
it's exactly
Ready?
what it's meant to look
Oh, I
like.
don't get. Will I pull my groin?
Exactly.
Oh, I will. But I'll do it because I'm a trooper. Fuck off.
Okay.
That's pretty
There
good.
you go, DC.
Okay.
It's pretty
Extra
good.
bounce, extra
Let me have
bounce.
another go. Let me have
Winner's
another
still
go.
up here.
It's got to bounce. I didn't realize.
Hey, what do we need?
You got to beat this one. Way up here.
Ah,
Oh, there's no way.
Mike,
Oh,
we're trying to
Yeah,
get as
throw
far
it
as we
out, man.
can. I'll beat it.
it's my turn. Throw it back, RJ.
Volk,
Yeah.
Catch it, Mike.
Heads
Catch
up.
it.
No, I'm not trying.
I'll
I
go
got one
again.
eye. Whoa. Can't judge distance.
All right, we're going up in the bleachers.
Well, let me have a proper kick. Give us the ball. Give us the ball.
Nah, just as far.
DC.
Oh,
need
can
to
I
take
go?
off the shoes.
I mean, I just
Coming in
changed
hot.
that. Catch it, Mike. Catch it.
Shut up.
All right,
Yeah.
folks, we got to get on out of here. Thanks to everybody for indulging us. The official UFC 312 weigh-in show ceremonials coming up in about 2.5 hours.
Oh!
We'll see you guys live.
Yes, Bisping! Yes,
The
Bisping!
punt.
That was crazy. Bisping got that? You did it? Did you do it?
What do you mean did I do it?
Did you like drop it and kicked it?
Of course, bro.
That was crazy.
I want to say, wait, watch. Yeah, oh, you missed. I wanted to see like full grind on that nose. Did he actually go on the nose pretty hard?
No.
Are we done?
It looked like a great.
Thank you.
Thank you. Man, I can't believe how hard this is.